Howdy, friends. I'm Geek Dice, and welcome to Wiley Hopp's channel for another episode of Greyhawk Tales. Today I'm playing Axidel, a elven wizard, slightly damaged from these adventures, but eager to help his close friend, Sir Aiken the Knight.
Hi, I'm Saverick. Tonight, whatever it is, I am playing Caleb on Ricard, who is a cleric of Far Long. Just happened to run into some very strange folk down by the creek over there the other day and decided we're going to go north and not get killed by a dragon. So that's all I have right now.
That seems to be enough, right?
Yeah, that's enough.
Well, welcome to the Wiley Hobbit Twitch channel. I'm Scott, also known as Wiley Hobbit, and I'll be playing Aiken Glendening, a human fighter, 3rd level. He's a follower of Kellenin.
The scene, if you will, from a bird's eye view. Thick black coils of smoke, some large, some small, rise from the walled city of divers, as if charmed by the wails and screams of the living and dying alike. The closer you get to the city, the more heavily the road is clogged with refugees fleeing it. No few victims of the fire litter the lines. Many a field is covered in people lying about, unable to travel farther, be it by lack of food, funds, or desire. Along the way, the closer you get, the party has fished rumor and word that the city of divers has been burning for 2 whole days. Some say the fire started along the docks. Some say the fire started in the foreign quarter. But all seem to agree that the docks are, for the most part, simply gone. Dozens of burning ships drift down the Belverdiva River, and the beast of the near dive, the lake of unknown depths, will surely feast. The fires started at night and quickly spread, resulting in chaos and mayhem. Luckily, the party has gained access to the closed city that would normally and surely be impossible or extremely difficult at best to do. But for a lone guardsman recognizing Aiken, this guardsman had at one time trained under his family's academy, and thus let him and his servants into the burning city. Many of the victims are of natural fire burns, but few bore the signs of chlorine gas and chemical burns that are all too reminiscent of the destroyed wagon train in the gnarly forest the party had recently uncovered. While the fires burn, neighborhoods fall to the greedy fire's insatiable appetite. The suffering and human cost is heavy, almost as heavy as the staggeringly sweet stench of charred human flesh and burned shit that only armies and mercenaries would know. Yet through this catastrophe, there are unimaginable sights. A shrine of St. Cuthbert glitters in the light. A tower owned by a known wizard crackles with iridescent sparkling, a dome of magical energy protecting it from the fire and rubble. Another tower, ancient and sinister, seems to weep with layers of water, hissing, steaming, and quickly putting out fires or burning embers that touch it. A small temple of Rao shines eerily in the burning light as the servants try to help the wounded and the burned who are clogging its steps. A group of dwarves stand heroically against a fire, unleashing a small torrent of water from a crystal decanter. Eventually, Aiken leads you all to a very respectable walled manor house of stone and heavy wooden gates. Guards, dressed in mail, some longtime employees while others are of the mercenary guild, dot the wall. Steep indeed would be the price for such hired and much needed protection at this time. 5 mercenaries stand outside the gate with falchion and poleaxe, ready to sever any attempt to gain access to the manor by any who are not family or one of the noble ruling elite. As the party walks up to the manor, a child, a girl not much older than 4 summers, walks naked through the streets, her clothes long since burned away. Her face and self is caked with soot and tear-stained. One hand she holds a rag doll. In her other, she heroically holds her younger brother's hand, who is like her, but his only possession is a stick. Her hoarse cries of "Mama, Mama," are barely audible as she wanders aimlessly down the street during this chaotic time. An old man wearing remnants of what were once fine clothes, labors under the burden of his burned and dead wife. He is turned back by city guard and heads down a deserted street, mouthing silently for help, lost to the ensuing chaos. Disaster blesses rich and poor, young and old alike, favoring all who come into its grasp. And to Axedel's surprise, to make this more personal, he realizes that in over 100 years since his birth, he has never witnessed such carnage and destruction on any such scale. What unimaginable misery can be brought by such power? That is what is held by a dragon. So, the scene is laid out. You are relatively far away from the fires, so to speak, and relatively protected. You are standing approximately 50 yards from the manor house of Aiken's family. What do you do?
I will dash up to the gate, unless we're there already. Clearly alarmed at what's going on. And when I see the child, I'll stop and kneel. Aye, lassie, where's your mother?
She looks up at you. She's got that blank-eyed stare that only comes from being completely overwhelmed with your senses. She just shakes her head and just stares up at you.
Look up at Axedel and Caleb, and I'll remove my cloak and kind of wrap the two of them, the two children, in the cloak, and I will pick them up. Where do you live?
They just, the little girl just kind of points to the south, which does absolutely nothing for
Right.
you. But she's a child that's overwhelmed.
Yep. Aye, come with me. We'll take care of you. See that you're safe. And
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just nod to Axedel and Caleb as we approach the gate.
So as Aiken had put his cloak around the children, Axedel also came forward. He just has this look on his face like he doesn't know what to do at all. He's stunned. Probably the color's drained from his face and his jaw being slack. He crouches near the children as Aiken, wraps them, and it's like, I guess we're too late. I'm sorry.
Well, let's go see what we can do. Hopefully my family's all right. Seems that this part of the city is still safe, relatively. I can't believe it.
I would imagine Caleb is just like wide-eyed, doing a circle. Just the flames in his eyes as he's just watching in horror at what's going on around him. Seeing this. I mean, it's a constructed marvel to him at this point. As where travelers come and go and stop and sleep and eat, and commerce happens, and it's something very holy to him in that regard. So he's just going to stop spinning, just hued in this flame, and grip that amulet around his neck and begin to say a prayer for everyone residing within this city that still yet lives.
Very good, very good. I need Saverick to roll percentile dice, please. Because the gods are active. Sometimes they hear, well, they always hear, but sometimes they act and sometimes they don't. 46. All right, very good. All right, you are making your way towards the manor house, and the flames give it a strange orange light. The guards on the front gate see you. One guard nocks an arrow, but does not pull back the bowstring. And one calls out in a meaty voice to stop your advancement.
Aye, 'tis I, Aiken. And I'll call the guard by name if I recognize him.
You do not recognize the guards in front. They're from the Mercenaries Guild. However, you hear one of the guards. You vaguely remember. He says, "Aye, if you're Master Aiken, you know who I am. What's my favorite pastime?"
Aye, fishing off the docks indeed there. Good to see ya.
Aye, that's him. Open the gates. Right. Immediately the gates are, you hear two different bars being moved from behind the gates. They're opened ever so slightly. The guards outside the gate nod their head to you in acknowledgement of your superiority as you make your way through. Inside the quite respectable manor house, you notice that every bucket, pot, cup, vessel that is capable of holding water is already holding water. Various servants are moving about, trying to make sure that the few trees inside the courtyard have been watered, and there's one or two servants on the roof watering down the slate roof just to make sure that it's kept cool. But it seems to be organized chaos within. There's no real fear. It's just everybody's in a very organized and very decidedly, how do I want to say this, pointed manner.
They're ready.
They are kind of ready. I mean, there's a little bit of apprehension rolling around that you can tell, just like anybody would be in this situation. But Aiken looks around, sees various servants that he's familiar with. Some do a double take, but don't stop doing what they're doing. And he obviously leads you to the front door. There are, again, two mercenaries standing by the front of the main door. They look at Aiken. He recognizes them. They recognize him. They've obviously done business before. And the door is locked. One mercenary nods, says, "My apologies, my lord. The door has been sealed against all comers."
Understand.
He pounds on it and calls out for the lord of the manor. Says that his son is here.
Aye.
Minutes pass by. Eventually you hear the heavy bar move. You hear the sound of at least two locks being unlocked. And the door opens. And what does your father look like, Aiken?
I would say he's about my size, also slender. Pretty lean and wiry that way. He's grayer than I am. He also has what used to be pretty dark hair. Wears it in a ponytail, actually, long down his back. And he's got a kind of a silvery and black salt and pepper goatee as well. I would assume he's probably in his armor and armed, not sure what the heck is going on when we greet.
Very good, very good. He opens the door and he kind of just stares at you for a second. He gets this little smile start to creep across the side of his face. And he reaches out to hold you by your shoulders, and he kind of rubs his hand over your chest and your head. "Son, Aiken, oh, it's good to see you." He gives you a big hug that's kind of out of the ordinary for him.
Mm-hmm.
He immediately pulls you inside and shuts the door. The party just kind of
We look at each other.
stare at each other. And inside, your father looks at you and says, "Oh, you're here." And then he slaps you very hard. "You fool! Why are you here? Why are you here? What would bring you here?"
I look down and look up at him, stare him in the eye. Hey, we came to bring tidings of this dragon, but it got here before we could.
Dragon, I have got dispatches from a Lord Byrne of Hamlet. He says that there's assassins after you. They're watching. Why did you not send a letter, a courier?
We've come to warn of the dragon, Father. I just didn't think. I wanted to get up here and help the city, and we're too late. I rescued these little ones here in the street.
God.
And by the way, those are my friends outside the door. We should bring them in. They're with me.
I don't care about your friends. Your life. You have any idea how dangerous this is? Why?
Hey.
Oh, I swear to the gods, you are more your uncle's son than you are mine. We've got to get you out of here. But you're right. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're safe. We'll talk as we move.
I understand. I understand. He just
and
kind of
you
looks
see a
down.
very flushed man that obviously is Aiken's father. Welcomes you to his home. Welcome, Aiken's friends. Axidel?
It's been a while. Yeah. And I touched my face where I'd been injured. Maybe you didn't recognize me. It's been a while. Good to see you're well, my lord.
Aye, and you too. He kind of looks at you apprehensively. Shakes his head. And you good sir.
My name's Caleb. It's a pleasure to meet you. I wish it was under better circumstances, obviously.
Oh, aye. Well, Caleb, Axidel, please come into my home. Thank you for escorting my son on his adventures. The door shuts. Again, it's a very respectable manner. I'll let your imaginations run wild with that. You are brought into a small dining area, obviously used for a more private business. A servant brings various cups of rather good wine. Not great wine, but definitely notably good wine. And you notice the lord of the manor stands, but he beckons you all to sit and have some refreshment. A loaf of bread and some cold cheeses are brought out. Everything from a small white with green flecked cheese from Nyrond to a deep swirling red and yellow cheese from Furiondi, and everything in between. It's quite delicious fare, actually. And the wine goes down quickly, not realizing how quickly the heat from the fires have sapped your energy just by being near them. Your mind immediately pushes back what other people must be suffering. The lord of the manor, Aaron, scratches his stubble and runs his finger through his hair. He says, "Aye. Do they know of your issues, son?"
Axidel does, yes. He's well aware of what I've been doing. I met him on my way out of Hamlet there. I didn't expect that you'd had been given word. I do apologize. I know coming here was dangerous, but
He holds up his hand. Shh. It is okay. You're safe. That's all that matters. He looks at Caleb. I apologize, Sir Caleb. It seems that, unfortunately, my family has a tendency to make enemies. Usually it is simply the enemies that are merely envious and jealous of us making successes of ourselves. And it seems that perhaps there might be a ruffian or two that is intent on teaching my son a lesson. I would find it completely unforgivable if our family business had gotten either of you two, Axidel and Sir Calum, into any kind of trouble. I would strongly suggest that perhaps you roll a sense motive check while I try to calm your fears and divert the truth from what's really happening. Axidel, you recognize he's quite talented in trying to cover up and push past things. Calum, you recognize that he's being incredibly soft and generous with certain adjectives: ruffian, family business, envious, and he's obviously trying to cover up the truth, or he's trying to cover up how much more grave and disastrous the truth is.
Well, for now, I go anywhere Aiken goes. Yeah.
I'd say Caleb's eyes sort of like shift, focusing on this father and his lips and how they're moving. Maybe sweat droplets, or just anything that gives me any idea that he's acting a strange way. And then the eyes will slowly turn towards Aiken. You could have been a little bit more upfront about things before you had me drugged halfway across the forest here. So what sort of insidious business are exactly you all into, and how many assassins should we expect be coming after us in this time? If you're going to be open about something, I would suggest it be now of all times. We are absolutely at our most vulnerable point, and the agitation is just beginning to grow as this voice goes.
Aiken's just going to kind of be quiet for a minute, maybe look to his father. Axidel, you'll notice maybe a less leadery tone with Aiken. He's in the presence of his father. If you're looking closely, there may be a hand mark on the side of his face.
Well, and I think we probably heard that through the door too.
Yeah.
So right now, Aiken maybe glances over at Axidel, and Axidel, it's, I don't know how subtle it is, but he kind of goes like this. It's like, what do you do? Because he probably realizes the precarious situation Aiken is. He's getting, poked from different sides.
Caleb, this is fair to the Jask. I was, I don't know if you're familiar with Hamlet, but I was down there on some business and run across some unfortunate souls in a what was that? The Moat House, I believe they call that. It's north and east of Hamlet, a few days ride, and we brought an end to some rather unsavory characters there, and some of them bandits and such, and bugbears, I believe, and goblinoids assailed the village of Hamlet proper while we were up there taking care of business. And whoever's behind all that apparently is no fan of mine now. So I don't know precisely who is after me or how many, but my patron, Lord Byrne, he knighted me for our efforts and granted me some land and then sent me on my way, and that's where I made up with Axidel there up near the river, and that kind of is how we got to the gnarly forest, and then here we are. So I know that all sounds vague and whatnot, but it's what's happening. So I didn't even give it two thoughts. Running up here might put us in danger, so you do have my sincere apologies for that. I was focused on trying to get up here and prevent what's already happened with the dragon. Yeah.
I would say Caleb would probably pick up one of these loaves of bread and just sort of like tap it on his free hand, and sort of like looking between the two of them, like trying to just gauge them for a moment. So you're telling me you did some good deeds and now there's some bad people coming after you.
Hey.
And he looks over to the father. So that doesn't really explain what sort of sordid history your family has here, since we apparently get into trouble more than just once. Not sure what sort of business you're running here. Don't really care, to be honest with you, but I don't know many people that have such a languished life, especially not this far north. If you want to do some good, and he just sort of like tosses this bread in the father's direction, why don't you go out there and help the people that you're leeching off of? If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go back out to the fire because there's too many damn demons in here for me to contend with.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not like that. Sir Aiken runs a reputable sword academy. They train many great soldiers. They're well known. And you see, I'm thumbing the pommel of my blade, my scabbarded blade.
You've misunderstood, and I'll ask you to maybe change your tone in our house, or I'll show you just what kind of blade work I've been trained in, and I'll kind of stand up between him and my father. And apparently I probably still have these 2 children I care nothing for, that I picked up in the street. So you might just be wiser about your assumptions, or you can just go on outside and burn in that fire as far as I'm concerned.
Gentlemen.
I owe nothing to no liars.
Whoa.
And that.
Do not call me a liar in my own home, sir. You do not know
I'm
me.
talking to you.
Oh. Forgive me.
You have this
I
boy of
apologize.
yours who drags us halfway across the world under some dragons that can't even bother to tell anybody else that maybe there might be something even more insidious following us the entire way.
He dragged you, you say. You were forced against your will?
Lies. Lies don't have to be spoken to still be lies.
Oh, I see. So you're one of the kind that don't takes responsibility for his actions and has some issue with those who are better than himself. I see. Oh, of course. I, however, with all my wealth, have never done anything for the good of the people of the city. Yes. And again, you don't know me, but yet you are able to judge what I do and don't do in my own home. You have parents, boy. Did they teach you manners?
Ain't nobody do anything
Obviously
good for
not.
That's got to hire a mercenary to watch his front door, obviously.
Because we don't have enough men, because mobs like to raid and rob.
Listen, you can have your little family time. I'll just go and leave you be to it, okay?
That would be best. Guards, remove this individual from my home. You hear the mailed steps of 2 guards come in. They look at you, consider you no more dangerous than a common tradesman. And without putting a hand on you, without roughing you up, they make eye contact and the agreement is spoken. Leave or be dragged out.
I have no qualm against this. I want to be out of here, so I would be more than considerate to that.
And they militantly but politely escort you out of the manor house and out into the street. The door shuts. Back to the inside of the manor house.
I look over at
He's-
Exadel and I'm like shaking my head like, hey, what was that?
He was a good guy. You know, he even didn't even really ask, and he just healed me, you know. I don't know. I think he just doesn't understand.
Hey, clearly.
But what can we do against, you know, a dragon, right? Surely people need help, but I just look like I'm overwhelmed. Prepared for neither dragon, city burning, or intense personal conflict.
Right. Yeah. Hitting the
Really,
big
who
three.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lord Aiken's like, it's just another Tuesday for me. Sorry, Lord Aaron. Lord Aaron takes a long drink from his wine cup. Tempers are frayed, to say the least. But whose wouldn't be in these times? City burns, ships are gone, trade has been lost, people have lost their lives. Who knows how long it will take to rebuild, and even with rebuilding, how many have suffered, and to what purpose and why? Could this have been prevented? Who knows? You travel with strange people.
Indeed.
I advise you, son, be wary of who you travel with.
Indeed. He did.
But we must...
He did heal Exadel, and seemed kind enough, but yeah, clearly you don't know what you got till you get them under pressure.
Indeed. But fact still remains, we must get you out of this city. Hopefully the chaos has caused problems for any who may be watching. My question to you is this. We don't have time. This man that you travel with, is he worth saving? As rude as he is.
Yeah, we're going to have to straighten out that bit of accusations and lying and such. I don't know where that came from, but I don't appreciate it, whether we be on the road, but most especially in my own home in front of my father. Going to have to reconcile that one.
I think he might be a good travel companion. He's a priest of Farlangen.
Indeed.
He's a priest of Farlangen, an actual cleric.
I think.
I believe, yeah. I've seen him with my own eyes heal Exadel, yeah. Without being asked. I mean, he offered that.
And yeah.
This was much worse. Oh, it was... he tried to... I got this crud too, and I don't know, I can kind of feel it's coming back. He tried. He couldn't really do anything about that. In fact, maybe I shouldn't sit so close to you.
Ada.
Oh, sorry. I took it out of your cup.
Nice. Ada is still in the manor house courtyard, attending the mule. She has been ever so vigilant in protecting the group's belongings. What would you like to do with her? Do you want to unload party treasure here? Do you want to take it with you? What? Just so I know what your plan is.
I think I'd like to keep it with us. Not all of it's mine to decide, and I'd like to, if we could, maybe invite Ada in. These are anything but servants. We're equals in this group. I know there's this business about being knighted in Hamlet and all, but that didn't. You know me, Father. I'm a humble man. That didn't change who I am, and these are my friends. I'd like you to meet Ada, and maybe we could get cleaned up and get on the road. And I know I just picked up a couple of urchins on the street, Father, but I know you'll see to them that they'll be taken care of.
Of course. If we cannot find their family, they should be welcomed into our home.
Aye.
Let's quickly give you a change. Axadel, I apologize. I have no clothing of your people.
Oh, no, that's okay.
I apologize. This Ada, who is he?
He's a she. She's Rini.
Oh.
Very, very talented with her hands, martial arts. Wonderful young lady.
Skilled.
Yes.
And there's a slight sneer when he says this. She's Rainy.
Hey.
How did you come across this individual?
We met her on our travels. Yeah. She's a good soul and a strong woman. Very, very honorable. Yeah, indeed. Bit fiery, but good to have with you in a pinch. I'll vouch for that for sure.
Well, I will take you at your word.
Hey,
Let me meet this young woman.
very well.
After a quick and pleasant exchange, you are all clothed in fresher, finer clothes.
So I guess as maybe, sorry to interrupt, but as Ada's introduced, I step outside looking for Calum and let him know that if I can find him, if he hasn't entirely departed, if I can find him, I want to let him know that we're not going to stay long and we're going to probably get back on the road.
It should be easy enough to find him. He's still kind of taken aback by all the flames and the bright light. You know, as Savik said earlier, you know, this is kind of a holy place to him in regards to people traveling. So he's still just kind of absorbing the transgressions that have fallen this city. So I will definitely easily allow you to find him standing in this street, just staring in awe.
Calum, I'm sorry about that. I don't know. He's a good guy. He's like anybody's good dad, you know. Sorry about that.
Let that long sigh slip out.
I think it must be hard times.
I've had too many people not tell me the truth, and I don't appreciate it. And I have seen too many people living too good a lives while everyone else suffers.
When you say that, I kind of look down, you know, because I'm probably one of the privileged from Celine.
Oh, it's times like this that I'm most tested with my faith, I'll be honest with you. And look at this.
Well, that's just it, though, right? It's like you don't know what you're going to find on a journey.
He sort of just like inches his back against a wall of a building that's obviously on fire, sort of sliding down it and sort of tapping the amulet on his chest. Farlon always says you gotta take the good with the bad, smile with the sad. Never remember where you came from. When things go wrong, you just have to remember that you have to keep traveling. When I see things like this, it makes me really question what our purpose is down here among all these gods and these guys above us. What sort of creators make such hell on innocent folk?
Yeah, I guess I can't really. My books don't have anything to say on the origin of dragons and where they fit and in the story of what the gods want. But will you travel with us?
Yeah. It's never been a place I'd like to travel to.
Will you travel with us?
This one's really testing that, though. Look, you don't have to sit here and babysit me. I understand you have a better place to put your head under.
Well, I don't think we're going to stay long. I don't know. I didn't realize that. I guess I really didn't know that it was assassins. I knew there was people after him, but assassins. You know, I guess. Maybe he said it, but I didn't hear it. I think we gotta go soon. Well, we'll connect before we go.
Could I offer just one last thought before you do so? perhaps you need to decide yourself what road you're going to travel along with the tomb after this is all said and done.
Well, I think Aiken is a good guy. You know, and I've known him for a while. I trained with him and under his father at their sword academy here. You know, and I think I learned quite a bit. I think I learned a lot about fighting, but I think I learned a lot about myself too. And I think they're good. They're good people, and I think others know that. Sir Aiken did some important things out there in Hamlet, and I believe what he says. I don't think they've done wrong. I think he's done good things. You know, when I left my home and I came up here, I wasn't really expecting anything like this or looking for these difficulties. I admit, you know, my nose stays in my books quite a bit, and I know that some things I pursue maybe aren't things that others would have me pursue. You know, trying to find the magic, things like that, but it feels right. Something important, something, obviously some more things are happening now. I don't know what I can do about it, but you have to try.
He sort of chuckles and finally pushes himself back up. Goes to start to put a hand on your shoulder, but stops. Well, I suppose straight roads make for some terrible drivers, do they not? And could I take the chance to see what his physicality is right now? 'Cause I don't know how sick he's gotten or worse or...
Absolutely. Make a medicine check or a...
It's like a green spittle coming out of my mouth. Glowing green swamp loam.
Or religion or arcana, whatever is best for you. They would all be applicable.
23.
Nice.
23. He has. You have obviously cured him of his. I will say.
Active infection.
Active infection would be the best way to put it. However, the damage that has been caused by the plague zombie still lingers. He won't lose anymore, but he certainly, unless there is some type of spell like a lesser restoration or cure disease or something along those lines, he will still suffer the ability damage. If he's given something along those lines, it'll clear that out.
It seems that the sickness still has hold on you. No worse than you were before.
I don't feel worse, but it's still kind of there.
You join me in just one little prayer before I let you go.
Sure, yeah. I'm not real religious, but yeah.
And I am going to cast lesser restoration upon him.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm going to use this like, I'm going to be talking about bringing down healing rains upon the city itself to try to cure this fire and the weariness and the sadness that's just draped over this town right now. And that'll be sort of my channel to draw these healing waters to him in turn.
Outstanding.
So I'm gonna stand for a few rounds while this is happening.
It's all right. It's all good.
Sweet.
Nice.
So I guess we gotta roll that die. Oh, it's partway there.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. That's right. You definitely do feel an invigoration in your body. Like when you're very tired, but you get a really good night's rest the following night. You're still tired. You still got some sleepiness in you, but you just feel better.
So I think as I breathe in, at first there's some crackling, but then I breathe freely. I feel much better. I think that did it. And I look up at the sky. And do you have this, maybe you have this sense that I'm not really astute in the ways of religion and the practices, but I look up in the sky and, thank you, Fire Longman.
Especially for those crazy human gods.
Thank you, Kevin.
Hopefully this lets you continue your journey of bad decisions, and hopefully it'll become good ones in the end.
Come on now.
Sort of crack a smile. It's probably like one of the first genuine smiles he's had. Get on back here. There's other people out here that need to take care of.
I nod and I walk back to the Aiken compound.
Okay, so Caleb, you are staying outside the manor house?
I am, yes.
Okay. And all right. And within, I would say, 15 minutes, there are bags or sacks, of fresh foods, fruits, vegetables, cheeses, breads, a fresh wineskin for all four of you, or wineskin for each of you. There's also a fresh water skin. The Lord of the Manor, Lord Aaron, is marshaling his family's private stores to be divvied out to various temples and shrines and holy places, so that those specific churches can and temples can provide for the needy, as opposed to just saying, here's some food for everybody that wanders by. Because those who can walk and move around probably don't need food as bad as the severely wounded. So while that's going on, you are also all given not fine clothes, but certainly the equivalent of adventurers' clothes. You will blend in much easier with the crowds. If anybody's particularly paying attention, they might notice that your clothes are fresh and clean, as opposed to soot and ash-ridden. But other than that, Lord Aaron calls forth the major domo, or chief servant of the house, and he says, "Duncan, they need to get out of here quickly." Duncan stares at the Lord for a second. "Aye, my lord. Understood." This man is dressed in studded leather armor, carries a rapier and two long daggers. His armor is almost a charcoal gray, maybe just a little bit darker. Any studs or rings on his mail or on his leather are subdued. They're not shiny and bright. He's got short black hair that's slicked back, very well groomed, clean shaven, dark eyes. It's about 5'8", 5'6", 5'8", not a particularly tall fellow. But the way he carries himself, you figure it would be a very bad idea to be on the business end of any of his blades. He looks at Aiken. "My lord."
Hey, Duncan, good to see you. Wish it were under happier times.
Good to see you. Indeed. Perhaps we will see some in the future.
Yes.
Gives you a warm, bright smile. It's that borderline smile of friendship between two men who really can't be friends because of different stations in life, but otherwise they would certainly be very good friends. He looks and says, forgive me, but he leans forward. I thought when you walked in, there was the woman and the three of you. Where's the other man?
I'll look to Axidel. Hey, is
Aiken
Calum joining us? Did you track him down?
Yeah, so I think and I think as you talk to me, you see that I'm stuffing extra food and water and stuff into my pack. Just planning ahead. Yeah, exactly. So yeah. Calum is helping some of the people on the street, but I told him I'd grab him before we go.
Hey, all right. I'm sure we'll sort that all out on the road.
He cast another spell on me. I think the crud is mostly gone.
Hey, really? See, I know he's a good fellow. But just needs to watch his tongue. Don't jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
While you're having that discussion inside, Calum, as Axidel turns and walks away from you after your prayer, what exactly does your character do?
I would say, especially considering our first scene in this was like finding two children running around without their parents, especially the younger ones. Really just looking out if anybody needs help at the time being, because I feel completely useless at this point. And I feel like I need some sort of purpose. Since we're not traveling, we're not going anywhere, I can't go with the rest of my party, then I have to do something constructive. I don't know what else to do at this point.
When you say you can't go with the rest of your party, what exactly?
I can't go back into the manor with
Oh,
them.
gotcha. Sorry,
So.
I understand. There are the problem is that you have a target-rich environment of options. You can help trying to put out a fire. You can go around trying to heal people that are burned and wounded. I mean, you literally could go down just any random street and just start healing people if you so choose.
That would probably be the first thing, yeah.
Okay. My question to you is, with being that your character can forego any spell that he has memorized and turn it into a healing spell, how many of those spells do you wish to do that?
Really, it would depend on the severity. Like, if it's going to be something they're going to survive from, I probably wouldn't be so openly wasting this energy on them.
Right.
If it's something a little bit more critical, then really there's no limitation to it. So
It's totally your call, because you're in a city that's on fire with thousands of inhabitants. So you could easily use all of your spells for the day if you so choose.
Probably would.
Okay, that's fine. That's your character. I am simply the referee and narrator on this. I hold neither good nor bad.
So
My job is simply to make your lives miserable.
Absolutely. So I've used a cure spell and I've used a lesser restoration spell. So I still have like 7 spells, I want to say, spell slots to burn.
Okay. Not a problem. And you quickly, unfortunately, you quickly find those that are worthy of your deity's healing powers. I need Axidel. You were going to go get Calum, correct?
Yeah, so once it comes time, and I guess I don't know if I really knew this immediately when we were talking about when Aaron was telling Aiken that he really needed to leave. I assumed the context I received is that, like, okay, just grab some stuff and hit the road. And if that was the case, if that was the context of what I took, I would have kind of told Calum that don't go far, or meet us back here, or let me know you're going that way, I'll go that way to find you, kind of thing. Just assuming that it would be a near-term departure. So
Fair enough.
yeah, I'd want to find him quickly as soon as we knew we're leaving, just to kind of like, oh, hey, 30 minutes.
I'm going to make this very difficult on you.
Excellent. It wouldn't be D&D without it.
And with that, make a perception check. Being that I know that you do terrible with those rolls.
I know.
Oh, easily.
He stepped there and there and there.
Since we have Sherlock Holmes in the group, you are able to hear various people as they pass by. He called on the power of his God, and he healed my wounds. My burns are gone. I can move my hand and I don't see the bones anymore. And you immediately ask this person where they came from, and they point and go down an alley, and it's just a domino effect before you see Caleb kneeling before a very, very pregnant woman lying on the ground, and he has his hand over her eyes, and his eyes are closed, and there's a little hint of a smile that plays across his face, and her body jerks, and she breathes in. She starts to sit herself up, and obviously he was in the process of healing this expectant mother from whatever wounds she had suffered.
I stand there silently watching for a moment.
He obviously says something to her at that time, but you can't hear over the flames and all the other chaos and the what have you. But eventually he helps her up, and she makes her way down a street.
It's amazing to be able to do that.
I imagine I'm probably covered in blood and soot and ash.
Absolutely.
Magic can do so many things, amazing things. But the ability to heal, right?
Sort of take these dirty cloths from my side and just try to wipe my hands off the best that I can, which is probably pretty fruitless in thought, but
I think we're going to leave pretty soon.
It's not so much the magic as the person holding it. Just thought that might be applicable.
I look thoughtful.
Let's get out of here.
Make your way back to the manor house in the courtyard. The manservant, Duncan, hands you, Caleb, a pack, a wineskin and a water skin. He looks around, he says, "Follow me. Do not stop for anybody or anything."
Hey, Woo.
Yes.
Just a brief note. We're probably going to leave some treasure behind. We can probably get into the specifics of what gets left behind and how much,
Right.
since we've got stuff, but just wanted to insert that.
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely. And you'll, so what I'm hearing is you're going to do the wise thing and leave your magic blade and your magic armor behind, right? I'm pretty sure that's what I heard.
No, I'm definitely keeping those. Yeah.
My bad. I got some static in the start.
Yeah, it happens.
That's a good thing, because then the DM will have DM guilt. It's like these poor characters don't have any magic weapons.
Right.
I don't think Woo suffers from that.
No. I'm pretty resistant to that.
Soulless is what comes to my mind.
Pretty much, yeah. And you make your way through the winding and oddly enough shadowy alleys, because you have flames from different directions, and you've got the stone walls that are still standing and what have you. And you recognize, Aiken, that he's leading you towards this school. And then he seems to be making loops around the school.
I'll be very, very hooded.
Oh yeah.
Extremely hooded. Yeah.
And then he wanders. He takes a quick side turn, wanders into a small warehouse. Tells you to come in quickly, all of you. He looks at the mule and says, "No, I cannot get this beast out."
Hey, can you bring it back to the manor?
Oh, hi, I can do that. That's no problem. I just can't.
Look over at Ada, kind of almost cringing.
Ada looks thoughtful. She puts her little forehead up against the mule and snuggles up to it. I'll be back. I'll be back for you. Don't get fat and lazy. I know how you are. She slaps the mule and with a sigh looks at you. Well, what are we standing around for?
So I guess we're taking a boat. Or something.
Duncan looks at Aiken and says, "These are your men, aye?"
These are my friends. These are my friends. They didn't serve me. They're here of their own will. And I'll look at Ada.
Are they trustworthy?
They'll tend to the mule. Yeah. He'll be in fine shape when we return.
He walks over to a wall, presses a plate, and a secret door slides open. Right. Come on. Follow me. He lights a lantern and starts going down a stairwell.
So as I step through this secret passageway, I pause and I look at the mechanisms very carefully.
Your first thought is, oh, crap, human work.
Hidden quite well, though.
They live such short lives. No wonder they don't master woodworking. And as you get down to the bottom of the stairwell, you see that it opens up to, obviously, the sewers under the city of Divers. Duncan pulls on a rope attached to a chain. You hear the secret door shut behind you from above. The only light is the torchlight that flares every now and then from the natural gases that waft towards it. And after a good 20 to 30 minutes of walking, stopping every so often to make sure you're not being followed, he leads you to a what looks like a wall, and then you realize that inset in the wall are the rungs. That's right. This is where we part ways. Aiken, come back to us.
All right, we will. We will.
Go up and get out.
Indeed. Hey, thanks for your help. To you too. Look after the
Puts a
family.
hand on your shoulder and squeezes it. I will.
I know. Very well. I'll turn and head up.
Up you go. And you move the wooden door, open it up into some type of stable. Oh, yeah, it's a stable. There's a pile of poop. Can't miss it. And you make your way outside of the city in a stable. There's a just
Do I recognize like what
Yep,
side of
stable.
what side of the city we're on, or anything about the stable itself
the
I might
stage.
recognize? Probably.
At this stage, no. It does kind of surprise you. I mean, in a way, it surprises you. In a way, it doesn't. That your family would have access to this type of route.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, why wasn't I told this before?
Yeah.
Why do we have this? Uh-oh. And it's slowly starting to almost like an avalanche. And then like the words that your father had said in the dining room, that there are people who hate you just for being successful. You have enemies who are envious. What kind of enemies would your father have? He's just a trainer. All the politics of the city. But you all make it out into upstairs to the stable. A few horses look at you nonchalantly, then go back to standing around. You would almost suspect that they were having a conversation before you folks came up. But you make it out of the stable. There is the Green Lantern Inn. Off to your right, it's an inn you've never been to. I've never known. I mean, it's not something that you've ever come across. Not hidden. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but and you easily make your way out into the street. You are outside of the walls of the City of Divers. You are just on the southeast side, and there is a few wagons waiting. One man comes up. He's a flan. He's got deep bronze, reddish skin, black curly hair, the kind of curly hair that you've always wondered, how does a barber cut that and make it look even? He's got a little bit of stubble. It's kind of that 2 to 3 day old stubble, but doesn't ever get any longer. He's got a gap in his 2 front teeth. He's got a big gold earring in one ear and a smaller gold earring in another. He's got some gold chains. He's wearing a bright yellow blousey shirt with a bright crimson leather vest. He has bright green blousey pantaloons that the backloonish tend to favor. He's got those traveling boots that the toes are just ever so slightly curled upwards. Not overly like the gnomes of the Cron Hills tend to have, where it's almost got a curly cue, but this just ever so slightly curled up. He has a scimitar to his side. There are 2 men that are talking with him. Obvious, part of the wagon train. They are dressed just as garishly as he is, and he looks over. Aiken. Yes, you are Aiken. Yes, I am Serrano. I'm here to take you to Greyhawk, but I should not say that. It is supposed to be quiet. But everybody knows we are going to Greyhawk, so if you were with us, they would know.
It's a pleasure
Welcome, and he.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shakes your hand, and his hand is ever so slightly moist. Maybe oiled. Maybe it's got a lotion to it, but it's something that makes you uncomfortable. He looks at Axidel. He says, "Oh, we bring an elf. Yes, I am Serrano. Who are you, my friend?"
I don't let him touch me. I cock an eyebrow with a skeptic look on my face. I don't say anything immediately. This guy looks suspicious, and he certainly talks too much.
It is.
Do I believe I can trust this guy? Does he...
Make a sense motive check.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he's like... He exudes this criminal aspect.
I'm comfortable.
With a cocked eyebrow, I say, "I'm passenger number 2.
Indeed.
Axidel, you recognize him as just another untrustworthy human. Untrustworthy to a certain point, because gold always secures trust.
Nailed it.
But he still holds out his hand for you to shake.
I'm good.
He make a perception check.
No, because I'm going to pass.
Yes, you are going to pass. So with that, you
If it's dark, I get a +3.
you recognize that not shaking his hand would be considered exceedingly rude, and might not do you any favors on this travel.
So I perceive that.
You do perceive that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll extend my hand. I keep it short though.
Oh yeah, and again, it's just there's just something oily about that hand. It doesn't smell, doesn't stink, just
Humans.
And finally, he turns to Caleb. Ah, I'm Serrano. You are a friend of Aiken. Yes, you go to Greyhawk too. And he extends his hand.
How am I going to react to this? So I'll be funnier about it. Like, we're going to be brothers on the road and brothers hug.
Ah, I like you. And he gives you this big, huge bear hug. He doesn't lift you off the ground, but you get this overwhelming aroma of garlic and just a real, I don't want to say zesty, but a real meaty smell, like old salami and sweat. I like you.
Now, while he's hugging me, do I feel like any hidden weapons on his body?
You're doing that extended hug and you're checking them all out.
Just quick.
No. But you do recognize that this is certainly a seasoned man of the road. There's a little bit of fat over him, but there's a lot of muscle to him. And he looks at Ada and he goes to hug her and she just holds out her hand. Ah, I like you. Very, very business. Very straightforward. So Duncan says that, and Lord Aaron says that I am to take you to Greyhawk, yes?
Aye, that is it.
Of course it is, yes. I give you a fine wagon for you and your friends to rest in. And then it hits you. He's Rini. It's just something that didn't occur to you for a second. Your father's distaste for the Rini, and yet he's using a Rini caravan. One more layer of deception. Or perhaps it's someplace nobody would look. Only time will tell. But almost immediately, you get a wagon, a nice big covered wagon of the romanticized gypsy type that we have in Western civilization. And you are off on your way out of the city of divers.
I would imagine
They have somebody to
Aiken-
rhyme.
Aiken's going to be quiet. Just quiet, trying to process everything that's happened in the last 24 hours or so. He'll be in the wagon, not visible out.
The interior of the wagon, it will be cramped when you're all in it. But otherwise, there's plenty of room for someone to move around.
Do people sleep in the wagon? Or is it like that's just for transport?
Generally, it's just for transport. There is one wooden cot that is roped up to the wall. So you move the latch and that one cot pops out. and you're on your way. And within a good hour, divers and the fires that afflict it are no more. But you can still see the coils of oily black smoke rising in the air. You are traveling along the main road between divers and its trading adversary, the city of Greyhawk. A lot of traffic headed towards divers has stopped, obviously, because refugees fleeing it have said the city is on fire. Plus the fact that there's all kinds of refuse and debris in the Belvedere River kind of tells everybody don't go to divers. But you easily make your way. And before you know it, the wagon, the huge wagon train of 3 wagons has veered off the main road and kind of going southeast a little bit. Serrano, the wagon master, explains, "Oh, we do not travel the main roads. You never know who's on there. Very untrustworthy people. Never trust travelers. That is an old rainy saying. It's ironic since we are travelers."
Indeed.
And he gets back to leading the wagon.
So as we travel, I unpack my backpack and spread around food. I want to be sure that Caleb also has, although he probably is prepared for travel. You know, I basically maybe taken some excess from the stores of Lord Aiken, so I definitely want to share.
Oh, and Lord Aiken has provided you with excellent traveling fare, but he's also put in some little snacks and treats. There might be some honey roasted nuts in there. There might be a little bit of chocolate from Onwall or Rel Astra. There's certainly a plethora of spices for whatever food you find on the road to cook.
So as each one of those comes on my pack, I cock an eye towards Caleb, and I said, "Oh, and there's some chocolate." I call out each one, and chocolate from Onwall, you know. so basically, he can kind of sense that maybe I'm in some ways maybe apologizing for whatever happened before. It's like, yeah, here's some this and here's some that.
And there's even on a little wooden container that has these big, plump, bright grapes from Bissell to the west. Not many, but they're there.
I hide those from Ada.
And the once again, as I said, the wine is excellent, and you are just traveling along your happy selves towards Greyhawk. The guards, as much as they seem to be nonchalant about their duties, they are obviously veterans of the road. They're keeping their eye out. They're looking. Even when they're talking, they never just seem to be talking to each other. You know, they're always kind of talking and then chuckling, even when there's no need to chuckle, so that they can turn their head. So they're always watching. They're always looking around. It's not like they're just staring down the road as though you were traveling down a modern day highway where you're just driving along because you don't have to worry about anything. No, they're actually paying attention. And you come to your first night. You create a little triangle pattern with the wagons. It didn't occur to you that there were women folk on this trip. Strangely enough, they all have dark curly hair. Serrano introduces you to, his family. Not quite sure if it's blood family or traveling family. Ada, being Rini herself, kind of gives you a little bit of insight to the Rini culture. Long story short, stay away from the women, because you never know if it is actually family or traveling family, and traveling family is kind of the same as family. So just stay away from them. But at the same time, don't turn them down because that's considered rude, which is almost in complete contradiction to what she just told you, because you're supposed to stay away from them, but don't turn them down if they make. How do you navigate that? And she just chuckles and explains that you're silly men.
No, I get that, Ada. In fact, where I come from, it's kind of like that too.
And immediately that turns into a conversation of elven culture and where you're from, and she just starts asking all kinds of questions, and before you can answer a question, she starts asking another question. It's just like,
Yeah, courting, between a young man, a young elf man, and a young elf woman could take 1 or 2 decades, if it's serious.
And it kind of hits her that decades. Oh, that's right. You
don't rush into those things.
don't rush into those things. That might go on Twitter. All right. And the night passes by completely uneventfully. You realize this is going to be a not necessarily long trip, but it will be a boring trip, which will only make it seem longer. The second day into your travels, Serrano stops. The wagon train is, look, see, smoke. Seems there's a fire. Huh. There are a few farmsteads out here. Maybe we should go investigate, yes?
And we're off the main road, right?
And you are off the main road.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not hundreds of miles off the main
Right,
road by any
just
stretch.
Kind of a parallel, less used route, kind of.
Right.
Is there a settlement over there? Serrano?
Serrano says yes. We have passed by. Farmers. Yes. Not cow, not cattle, sheep.
Hey. Well, I mean, if our route takes us past there, then we might have a look-see. I don't want to venture too far. My father was quite distraught that I showed up in divers and never even gave it a thought. You could see he's still disturbed about maybe upsetting his father. But we want to maybe stick to the plan, but I don't suppose there's any harm in having a look-see on the way by.
Very good, very good. Speak well of your family. And you trundle along, and eventually he stops. As you're about, you would say, quarter of a mile to half a mile away from the smoke, and it's not this deep, black, billowing smoke. It's kind of the fading away type smoke, as the fire wasn't that big. Serrano looks at you and says, well, go see.
We'll look at Axidel and
So in other words, he
Caleb.
doesn't want to get too close.
Exactly. He will not endanger his wagon train.
So I kind of pop my head out of the wagon, and I'm looking.
Does it look like
Really can't tell.
campfire-sized fire, or maybe a dwelling might be burning, or?
Maybe a dwelling might be burning. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's bigger
Or-
than a campfire.
Or a bonfire even, or something. Yeah, okay. Hey, well, this
Right.
does seem a wee out of the ordinary. Maybe
I think it's all good. Yep, looks pretty normal.
No, it's fine. It's down the middle of the...
I don't know, Caleb, you want to go check it out?
I don't know that we really need to, do we? I mean, we left in a hurry for a reason.
Exactly.
Might just be mistaken some chimney fires out here, some stove.
Yeah, you can kind of tell looking at Axel. He looks to Aiken, he looks to Calum. He doesn't really kind of look at much at Serrano. He looks to Ada. He's trying to read the room, read the wagon.
Ada has this disgusted look on her face.
Damn.
Are you shitting me? That could be somebody that needs help. And you're going to sit here and not do anything.
That's what I'm thinking. Aiken will jump down and kind of stretch and shake out the fuzz, loosen his sword in his scabbard. Hey, let's have a look, eh?
And what about you? She looks at Caleb. You, Mr. High and Mighty, talking about helping people in the city, so I heard. And yet here you are. Oh, no, I don't want to go check anything out. I might get hurt. It's not worth my time. You're no worse than the nobles you bitch about.
That could be a dragon out there. Right?
Aye, it could be. And then we could run away.
And have it follow us where exactly?
Oh, it only follows as far as it can eat us.
I'm not sure that I'm following your logic on this exactly. What is the benefit of this? Please tell me, because I'm struggling here.
To you, probably nothing. But the person in need that needs help, it could be their life. But, it's just their life. It's okay. We should just pass on.
I'm glad we're in agreement then.
Hey, let's go have a look, yeah. I'm curious, and I'm if I'm going to be honest, I'm a wee bored. This has been a bit of a long ride, and I could use some stretching of my legs. But let's be careful about it. Let's don't be stupid.
Yeah. So I draw my bow, and I'm walking alongside Aiken, and I'm sheltering in the glow of his persona, and it's kind of like leave Ada back there in a wagon while she's still dismounting. Oh man, I almost did it again.
Caleb, what is your character doing?
Begrudgingly, I'm going to get my quarterstaff and hop down next to Axel there. Seems as he's the only person I've really connected with this entire journey so far. He might actually listen to some reason, so I'll hop down next to him and begin to follow after. Keep your eyes to the skies. Listen very carefully.
No.
Right out there, we're not going to survive this.
I think I'd want to maybe try to stealth my way up there. I don't know what kind of. Are we in grasslands? Or are there trees where the fire is?
Trees here and there.
Yeah.
But as you rise over the little hill, you see a very modest wattle and daub hut, hovel, abode.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously the home of some type of farmer, sheep farmer. There's some crops in the field, but unfortunately, you see that the what would serve as the loft for any draft horses or pack animals is long since burned down. You see this woman, and she's on her knees, and she's just, you can tell even from the distance that she's just crying.
I think I might pick up the pace a little bit. Have my sword loose in its scabbard already.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to pull it out. Not menacingly, but in my hand, and make a run to see, scanning, side to side, if there are any trees, looking in the trees, being as careful as I might be.
Make a perception check. Add +2 to your roll, Aiken.
All right. Oops. Goodness. You'd think I'd never typed before. There we go. Huh. I don't know how that happened. Somehow I have a 0 that
As
came.
he's running, his helmet kind of goes like this, and it gets
Yeah.
sideways on his face.
I don't know how that would have
Let's
happened
try that
exactly.
again.
Yeah, let us, shall we?
I-
Perception.
Yes.
I'll just type 2
Or
in there.
if you Yeah, you
Maybe because I
should be
typed
able to
plus.
just tap on your perception.
Let's try this again. Okay.
You are absolutely positively confident there is no ambush, there's no entities, monsters, people, nothing in the trees. It's for quickly, and as you can scan the horizon, there's nobody except this poor woman crying.
Okay. I'll make my way up, and then slow as I get maybe within 20 yards of her, call out, "Hi there! Are you all right?"
Quickly perks up and looks around and sees all of you armed. Oh,
And I kind of, we're here to help if you need it.
oh. And she just starts crying again. Eventually, she kind of composes herself. She says, "Oh, it's. I was trying to clean up the. I was trying to clean up the hay and take care of the horses,
Hey,
but I don't know what happened. I nodded off, and the next thing I know, the place is on fire, and my husband, he can't leave bed. He's all hurt, and there was the ogre, and it took our daughter, and I just want to die."
and
Oh,
an ogre, do you
she
say?
starts crying again.
And the blood just runs.
I know
Having
it sounds like I'm lying. It sounds like a fantasy, but no. An ogre came and got my daughter. He got my sister too.
hey,
I
we're
grew up.
Aiken's like face is white, having not that long ago dealt with the unpleasantness of an ogre.
I would like Caleb, our road veteran traveler, to make a sense motive check. Please.
I'm wanting to do this regardless because I already smell like potential tracker. 23.
You get the feeling that she is the salt of the earth. You know, one of the I don't lie and I don't understand people who do lie because it's a lie and you should always tell the truth. And she is absolutely positively, as she's just pouring out everything that's happened, telling the unsanitized truth. That supposedly a few days ago they were all out in the fields. Ogre just came by, grabbed the daughter, grabbed her sister, or aunt, if you will. Husband went to go try to ward off the ogre. That didn't go well for the husband, and ogre just wandered off with food, i.e., the daughter and the aunt.
And Wendell, as we come up, you said the outbuildings are destroyed and the house is burning or is destroyed.
No,
No?
not at all.
I'm sorry.
I'm getting old. I just totally forgot the word for where you keep the horses. Stable. Gee, I kept wanting to say loft. The stable is burned. The house is fine.
Okay.
Gotcha. Which way did the ogre go?
And she points to towards the southeast. There's ever so slightly hills. I mean, not great hills. I mean, we're not talking, the foothills of Appalachia here. We're just talking where it's a little bit hilly, kind of like southern Indiana.
Yeah, all right.
And Illinois.
We should make haste because and I stop myself. I don't want to say it in front of her.
She immediately starts to cry even more.
And where were they? Was it by the building? I mean, I'll look for tracks.
Make a perception check.
Okay, so I asked her if it's
Or actually, make a survival check. Yeah.
if I should look here or it was over there in that edge of the
she
field.
points over in the
Okay.
fields.
I'm gonna head over there with my bow and try to do what is expected of me despite lack of any knowledge or training.
Caleb, do you want to maybe go
Not
see to the...
stereotyping the elf.
Phew. You don't see any tracks.
Are you? Hey, lady, are you sure?
Nice. And uh, she comes over, she walks by you by about 40 yards, heads off, looks around, says, "There, right there, you can't miss it."
Hey.
And there is the unmistakable size 27 footprint of an ogre.
Hey, Caleb, maybe you want to go in the house if she'll have you and see how the husband's doing. If I don't guess well if he's a farmer by trade and he's tangled with an ogre.
Take a look at him. And after this, we'll have to see if we can send him back with the caravan for now. So there's obviously not a safe spot, and time is of the essence. I would assume that the daughter's already dead. Just to speak plainly about it.
So you're going to ask to see the husband?
Right.
Okay. You walk into an all too common home of the peasants. It's a poor peasant farmer, sheep herder. There's no gems or jewelry or any finery anywhere. This house is completely utilitarian. And you smell the stench of rot. He moves the curtain that separates the bedroom from the main area. There, lying on the floor, it is just a horrible wreck of a human being. He's obviously suffering from a fever. There's sweat coming from him. He's obviously got a broken leg. There's wounds all over his body. There's on his where his left arm should be, there's this bloody ragged stump. They've tried to cauterize. And she says, that's Devin, my husband. He tried to ward off the ogre, but she starts crying again. But he got into a tussle with it, and it bit off his arm. She starts crying again.
Take her by the shoulders and just like slowly turn her around. And just sort of slowly begin to push her from the room.
And she willingly goes.
I guess I'll turn back to what's left of this person. I will attempt to heal them, but I don't think it's going to do much good. So I'll go ahead and cast Cure Serious on them. At least try to stop the bleeding.
Right.
Or Cure Moderate, I'm sorry.
It's alright, it's all good.
+3.
8. Very good. And immediately, you can see the sweat start to dry up. His eyes start to flutter. The flesh starts to knit and mend itself over the cauterized wound. So now it's just leaving a stump of slightly discolored flesh. His breathing is just more stable, and you can see that the break in his leg, just slowly starts to knit the bone back together, and you hear the strange unnerving pop, almost as if like a joint has been put back in place. Oh, was it a dream? I dreamt I was fighting an ogre. Who the hell are you?
Well, first off, that was no dream, unfortunately. And I'm here to try to help you. I need you to calm down. I need you to just stay still for a while. You're in no condition to be moving. You're just going to hurt yourself more.
Where's my wife?
Your wife's fine. She's just outside this curtain way.
And immediately when he says that, she pops in and starts crying, half sad, half joy. Sad because of the situation, but joy because of the situation. And immediately runs to his side.
I look through the curtain. Ada, can you come here, please?
She, happy-go-lucky, walks into, oh, shit.
You wanted to be a hero of sorts? Is that correct?
No, I never wanted to be a hero, but I'm not going to turn people down in need.
That's somewhat the definition. Regardless, we need to go find these creatures or creature, whatever it is, and we can't leave them here by themselves.
She looks around. The place needs some fixing up to do. I'm not a farmhand. I can take care of these. She and she says, well, go on. Off with you.
You're right, by the way. I am no better.
She just kind of looks at you like, what are you talking about? And then she kind of shrugs it off and starts talking to the wife and husband.
Sort of that smirk, smile, walk past, back outside.
Is he going to be all right?
He's going to live.
All right then. Thank you. Well, we best be on our
He's not
way.
in good shape.
Well, ogre. Fear
I
the
have a
worst.
question for the group real quick. Do we need a 5-minute break to take care of biological needs or get a drink?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, let's do that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
5-minute break then.
All right, let's take 5 and
Also, do we have
no. Nope.
Okay. All right. Then we will. Thank you. I was like, I don't want to. All right. Then we will give us a 5-minute. Then please, engineering, greatly appreciated.
All right, we'll see you all in 5 minutes.
And as the party makes its way following the footprints to the hills, it doesn't take very long, maybe 2 hours. You've already met with Serrano and explained that this is what you're going to do. If in 24 hours you have not returned, just assume the worst has happened, as basically the standing orders, if you will, unless you want to change them. I mean,
It's fine.
okay.
Yep.
All right, and the closer you get to the hills, a little bit more barren this little hilly area becomes. However, there's nothing sinister about it. There's nothing malicious. You don't feel like you're being watched or whatever. And you're able to see the tracks. And every now and then you'll find a little bit of more proof that the ogre has come this way. Broken branch here, high up that shouldn't be broken. A piece of long, thick, greasy hair that's obviously not human.
I think we're probably going slow, weapons out, cautious, and hyper alert.
Aye.
Absolutely.
And as we go, I turn to Aiken. You said you fought ogres before.
Hey,
How much can they eat? Did it really need to take two people?
it did
Or do you
indeed.
think maybe it,
He'll be probably 10 foot tall and maybe 600 pounds. I mean, they're huge, and they're unkind. They're evil, pure evil, eating machines and killing machines. So do what you can
Can
do
you
from
really
a
eat-
distance.
can you eat two people? I mean, like,
I
or do you think it might have a baby?
well, that could be too, but yeah, they can put it away. I've got a potion. I think I'm gonna try here this time. It'll make me like really fast. I'm gonna as soon as we find this thing, I'm gonna drink it, and it's gonna help me attack more and be harder to hit, I think.
And I'm going to take this moment, as we know, we believe we're going to go into a fight, to cast mage armor on myself.
Absolutely. And while there's this quick discussion along the way to where you believe the ogre to be lairing, Caleb, it occurs to you that on your travels, although you know, it's not like you've spent 20 years on the road by any stretch, but you've never been to the fairy kingdom of Selene or the elven kingdom of Selene, and you almost get a little tinge of frustration and envy, because the more Axidel talks, it's almost like he really does come from a fairy tale kingdom. No ogres, no dragons, no the things that plague humanity from time to time, or in this case often, don't seem to apply to where he comes from. So you kind of, in the back of your mind, that little seed has been planted. You know, what kind of realm is Selene? It's certainly sealed off. It's people are not just, you know, welcomed into across its borders. But that just, you know, wonder what being an elf is like. Because while you're kindred races, there's just, you know, there's something different about the elf, other than, you know, the cosmetics, you know, pointed ears, the bright eyes. Anyway, you make your way around a path, and you come into a small depressed area, if you will. But then it rises up to a small hill, and there's a cave opening. There is some type of rack with bones on it, dangling, kind of like wind chimes off to the side. And there is this mangy old dog just kind of laying on the ground next to the cave entrance.
How big does this dog appear? Typical?
Yeah, it's a typical dog. It's you would almost, I can't remember the breed, but it's almost almost like a hunting dog. gray, black, speckled. Something you'd expect to see duck hunting. But anyway, it's old. You can tell from its snout. It's got the white and gray curling up over its eyebrows and along the snout. It's a little plump. I'm not gonna lie. It's it perks its head up, looks around, sniffs the air, looks right at where your group would be, and drops its head back down into its.
It might be blind. It could be really old dog.
Hey, this must be the cave. I mean, this has to be, right?
Oh, the tracks lead directly towards that cave opening.
Chances are when we get close enough before it smells us well enough to start barking and alerting whatever lives inside there.
I could try to place an arrow, but
Maybe if we could draw him out of the cave without getting up in there, and then you could get a couple shots at him, and then we can take him. I could
Maybe
call to him.
displace the dog. Perhaps your little bird friend might be able to draw him off.
I don't know if my owl would interest it. Maybe. I don't know. So how far away is this, Wendell?
Oh, maybe 100 yards.
Yeah, I send the owl in. And what I want the owl to do is to first land in a tree not far from the dog, not far from the entrance, and just get a good look around.
Your owl lands right on the rack. The dog just looks up at the owl, puts his head back down on his legs.
Do we hear anything coming from the cave?
You can.
Not a scream, not a...
Nothing.
Hey, I don't think that's a good sound.
You know a little bit about these creatures. Are they more nocturnal or?
They can range day to night, depending on what tribe they're with. Sometimes they're solitary. Sometimes they mate. You don't feel that this is a situation where there's a tribe of ogres. There's just not enough desolation and depravity. But ogres are bad news if they get hold of you. You suspect this might be a solitary ogre.
Do you feel we are competent enough to handle one of these creatures?
Hey, I think so, especially here, Axidel with his bow. Can stick him a couple of times before we have to go in and fight him hand to hand. I mean, I don't know what you're like in combat, but...
And I got a couple magic arrows, but also I can channel. I can summon some dogs. That seemed to work pretty good against the orcs.
yeah, it did indeed, yeah.
Go that route, or maybe we could build a large fire at the entrance and smoke it out, bring it out to us. A little bit distracted, a little bit confused.
Well, whatever we do, we better do it pretty quick, because I don't even want to imagine what's going on inside that cave.
What'd she say? It's been 2 days?
As far as I remember, yes.
Yep, 2 days.
Oh, I missed that. I thought we were right on his trail. I'm sorry. Oh, that's not good then.
Okay, so with my familiar, up to a range of 1 mile, I can get an empathic link.
Mm-hmm.
I can just get a sense of how it feels. So I'm not sure. I anticipate maybe what it could relate to me is fear or danger sense, right? It's the sense of threat. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a sense of threat, but it's not a high level threat. It's not like he's waiting right inside the opening to nab you. It's probably in a good place to be.
So what kind of threat sense does the owl get off the dog?
A 0.
0. The dog may just be an alarm. We may not even really be able to coax it away from the cave. Then again, one well-placed shot might silence it. Will an ogre hear that?
Maybe we can just try to call the ogre out. Yell at it. Hey, ogre. You bastard. I mean,
I'm ready.
I
can get a couple shots at it, even if it runs at us. I can get a couple shots before I bring
that's what I'm hoping.
my hounds.
I think what I want to do is maybe make my way around to the side, so if it comes out, I can maybe come at it from the side where it doesn't see me right away. Kind of use you as bait. I'll wink at Axidel.
Yeah.
You look tasty.
So, I've been interested to learn the language of giant. I'm not sure. Ogres, what languages do they speak? Do they speak any of the languages I know, Wendell? I know quite a
They
few.
might. I mean, it is not uncommon for, well, it's not rare that an ogre may speak the common tongue. But then again, it just depends on what ogre you're dealing with. How old is the ogre? Is it well traveled? There's a million things
Gotcha.
that could play into that.
Okay, what do you think, Caleb? What moves you got?
I would rather it be some way we could lower it out, confuse it somehow. I don't want it to come out ready to swing at the first thing it sees. Start looking above the cave entrance. Watch we get to drop on it.
Hey, that's an idea.
Yeah, you might be able to.
I feel like we're going to have to deal with that dog, though, if we're going to do that stealthily.
Yeah.
As you're planning your strategy and your tactics, you see the dog kind of slowly get up, like it's a hassle for it to get up. It was comfortable in the sunlight, and it kind of slowly saunters. It's just calmly wagging back and forth.
All right, maybe I'll go
Hasn't
over.
barked, hasn't done anything.
I'll go over near the dog, and maybe I can silence him or keep him calm and be ready to hit that ogre when he comes out. Eh? What do you think?
Maybe just give something to eat. He doesn't seem to be too aggressive.
I could take it a bite to eat.
You could. I'll have an arrow ready.
All right, I'll dig out just a piece of dried meat from my pack real quick.
Okay.
Maybe we could toss a torch or something, get a fire going. I like that idea of Callum there. Calum, get a fire going. Cause a situation out front. Hey, Exodal, was that all yours? Take a torch and maybe drop it for us. You ever seen it fly with fire?
He's kind of a scaredy. He doesn't do that.
All right, fair enough. That was a long shot. Well, I'm gonna make my way over to the.
Anything like that on you, or
I think I've got
some
torches.
oil or
I've got
anything?
torches. I have no torches. I have sun rods.
I heard that.
Yeah.
These damn torches you bought in Divers and ain't worth the damn.
That's right. That's right. No, I'm afraid I don't have any oil. Maybe he's not home.
The
Got an
alchemical
oil.
processes to make those sun rods is what caused the explosions and fires to expand in divers.
I got an
Very
oil in
good,
my
nice.
pack if you want it.
I just want to spread a fire as quickly as possible.
Okay, take this oil.
Take that. I've got a bundle of 3 torches. Is there anything flammable near the entrance by any chance?
Nope. I mean, there's that wooden rack, but that wouldn't do
Right.
spit. You know.
Maybe if you just dump the oil on the ground there and light it with a torch. That'd be as confusing as anything, I would think.
I'll create enough smoke to actually smoke them out of here. I'm just gonna grab a bundle of sticks on my way up there, I suppose, as I do this. Something that's not like super dry. It's a little
Right.
bit wet, so it creates more smoke, of course. But
The only problem is you have very little foliage to do that with. It's not a heavily forested area at all. There's some bushes and some brush, but nothing really. I mean, it's high summer, very green.
well, I suppose we'll just have to deal with what we got.
Take some rope.
I've got rope. I've got bit rope.
Rope makes terrible kindling.
You soak it with oil, it's okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make smoke.
I'm guessing
Yeah,
the oil would
it-
burn off of it.
Yeah, it would not do what you want it to do.
Well, should I go make nice with this dog and we'll see what happens?
Yeah, we can't do anything unless we make sure that dog's out of the way first and doesn't alert us. So.
You could probably burn Ada's blanket.
No, I can't let that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, go try that dog first. Make sure it's going to be out of our way before
Right.
we jump in there with anything.
Okay. So I'll just walk over to the dog, sheath my sword, walk over to the dog kind of
And as
quickly.
he walks closer, I'm kind of behind him a ways, coming closer with my bow. I want to get closer.
Yeah, if that dog makes a move, I'd thank you if you shot it.
How far away are you from Aiken, Axedo?
So my range increment is 100 feet. So if I probably want to be 50 feet behind him.
Okay. Easily enough. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll come up, hold out some dried meat to it,
It sniffs at it,
kind of
Sniffs
get
your
low,
hand.
you know.
looks at it, looks up at you, says, "It's not poisoned, is it?" The dog just spoke to you in a
Hey.
very clear, consistent.
I'm sorry, what did you say? No, not poisoned at all. And I'll take a bite out of it and I'll back up a little bit and throw it.
I don't know. There's
Hey,
shady individuals out there.
hey, you're
Sniffs at it
talking?
again. Yeah. Bites at it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is good shit.
What-
Any more?
What manner of beast be you that you're a talking dog? Name's Aiken, by the way.
Oh, yeah, about that.
So I'm looking and looking. And he's saying something. What the hell is he saying to
Just
the dog?
Call me dog. You don't have what it takes to say my name. Hey, yeah, you got any more of that? That was good.
Yeah. What's going on in the cave there? I'll pull some more.
Oh yeah. Hey. Can you scratch right behind that ear? It's
Oh,
driving
yeah.
me crazy.
Sure, sure.
Up, down, left.
Yep,
left. Oh yeah. The leg just starts beating. Oh yeah, mama. Oh yeah. Oh, hey, don't stop. Oh yeah.
Hey, good dog there. What about that cave? What's going on in there?
Oh no, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on there.
Anybody in there, you think?
And oh yeah, he's home. He just nonchalantly just spills out. Yeah,
Does he have a name?
the dog kind of curls around so you can get the other side. And I don't know what his name is. I knew it one time. I just forgot.
Are you two pretty close?
No. That asshole kicked me last night.
Hey,
So screw
so
him.
something goes bad between us, me and the ogre, then you're not gonna mess around with that, are you?
He just kind of looks up at you. Oh, you're a sharp one, aren't you?
I am.
You see the gray on my snout?
I do.
Yeah. I ain't just no. I just eat his scraps. I ain't fights especially after last night. I'm not doing shit for him. Yeah, seriously. Any more of that meat?
Oh yeah.
Good.
I'll throw him a big chunk of the meat,
Oh,
like a whole meal. He's getting a day's ration.
oh yeah.
I'll scratch him. All right then. Well, I'll be on my way. You just stay here and relax.
Hey, Aiken? That your name?
Aiken. Yeah.
Yeah, the elf back there is calling for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, dogs. We got great hearing.
I see. Indeed. Well, very well then. So enjoy the show. Yeah. I'll back away and.
But no shit, I ain't going in there. That's an ogre.
No.
He's
I'll go back to Axidel. What we got here is a talking.
What are you doing, man?
The dog was speaking to me, plain as day. He didn't like the ogre because he kicked him last night, and he didn't gonna give us any trouble if we hassle the ogre.
A talking dog?
I know.
Talking dog?
I didn't know. I've never seen it in my life, but I swear.
What do I know about ogres and magic? I think I heard of a kind of ogre that use magic.
Absolutely. But you would be incredibly shocked and astonished if what you faced in that cave was one of those types of ogres. It just not what you would expect. I mean, granted, you probably didn't expect a talking dog either. But
No.
the point is, yeah, you're not feeling this is the situation.
Okay. Yeah, for a moment there, Aiken probably saw that I was raised my bow and I was drawing it, pointing at the dog. And just
Dog looks at you as he's chewing the meat, looks up at Aiken and says, "Hey, he shoots me, I'm howling like a bitch."
Hey, I'll pass that along. Yeah. Don't shoot the dog. He'd make more noise getting shot with an arrow than he will laying there. I gave him a good scritch. I don't know.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
this ain't right.
just saying.
Well, we best be moving on this ogre then, yeah?
Okay, so how far are we from the?
You are approximately 40 yards.
Okay. Let's get a bit closer.
Okay.
The dog, slowly makes its way back to its resting place where it was warm.
By the entrance.
Yep. And it doesn't do anything. I mean, it curls around and goes right back to where it was laying.
So you're gonna go around, Aiken? You're gonna come from the side?
Yeah, I think I will. If we can draw him out, and then I'll hit him from the side after you plink him.
When you're ready, raise your weapon, and I'll shout.
All right. So I'll just, I'm picturing us facing
Hey.
Yeah. Yes, sir?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, I'm picturing us kind of facing the cave as like a half circle, and I'm going to get around to where I'm perpendicular, so if he comes out, I'll be right on his side. Maybe, I'm going to try to get, maybe 30 feet from the cave mouth.
Well, okay. The dog kind of looks at you, or doesn't kind of, just outright looks at you as you form up, scratches himself. Oh, yeah. Gotta love that aching pain. What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you mean, shh? You can't hear me. That cave complex goes back a long ways. You could practically yell at him and he wouldn't hear you.
Hey.
Ooh, speaking of which, since you're obviously going to go get him, if he kills any of you, would you mind if I gnawed on your bones? It's nothing personal, but bone's a bone. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I can only speak for myself. I'd prefer you not, but what you do is what you do, I suppose. Is there
if you're dead, you're not going to need them.
I'm not going to need them. No. Is there a thing in Pathfinder called sanity check, where I can check myself? Talking to a dog.
I've often thought about adding that in there.
Yeah.
But no, this there is not, unfortunately. At least none that we're going to use right now. But no, the dog seems. Make a sense motive check if you would like.
All right, I shall.
Add a +2.
right. 17.
All right. Strangely enough, you feel that this dog is he's just kind of ending, he's getting near that end of service life, and he just doesn't care anymore. He's just kind of, really, I just want a warm place to lounge and some food.
So he's retired on active duty.
Pretty much, yes, he is. He is gone road.
Hey. What I'll do then is I'll look and just kind of put the stop sign up, wave to Axidel and Calum, and I'm going to make my way to the cave mouth and just kind of look in. I'll have my sword drawn.
It's dark and it goes for a while. Caleb, what are you doing while you're watching all this?
I know what I was going to be doing, but everything's changed now, so.
So I can't see, it goes into darkness.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and wave.
Where does it have to go in there?
Yeah, I'm going to wave those guys forward.
Okay. I assume the party members come forward?
To a degree. Maybe
Right, you're not
about
just
60,
running up there, but yeah.
60 feet. And when I get that close,
Okay.
I stop. What do you see? I got my bow ready.
I stand up and look at him and kind of like,
There's a fire next to the dog, right?
No fire.
There was something about oh, it's the sun, I'm sorry.
the sun. Yes,
just
the sun.
about to make sure that the cave begin to start like lighting a torch so we can see something.
As you two get closer, the dog's head pops up. He says, hey, yeah, you elf, you human, hey. And the dog is talking to you. Do you ignore it? Do you stop? Do you?
I told you.
I stare at it.
What does Caleb do?
Stop in mid-strike.
Hey.
Slowly looked up at Axidel.
What do I know about talking dogs?
Zip. I mean, there's.
What do I know about magic that can make dogs talk?
I guess there's some magic. Maybe if it's a curse, or if it's a wish, or you're just not sure. I mean, it's really kind of one of those I haven't been trained to that level yet type things. That's senior level magic. I'm kind of in my sophomore year type thing.
Gotcha. So I crouch. I'm about 10 feet away and I crouch. And I look at it. And maybe if I don't feel a threat, I stand up and I come a little bit closer and extend my hand. May I? As if the touch on his
Oh
head.
yeah, sure. Yeah, you can.
I pet him. I crouch and I pet him.
Hey, can you reach that right behind that ear? Just real
Oh.
gently. Oh yeah.
Oh, right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
I do it aggressively.
Hey, you got anything to eat?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Hey.
I've never met a talking dog before.
Yeah, it's
Is this good? I mean, living here, is this where you want to be?
hell no.
There's better food.
Yeah,
Other places.
Yeah, but I got to go there.
Yeah. Nothing else. We get a wagon over yonder. Maybe you can come with us. Better food.
Hey, you smell like chocolate. You got any on you? That stuff's bad for me. I mean, it's bad for all of us dogs, but oh my god, it's
Back at
great.
the wagon.
Ooh, really?
Yes. In fact, quite a bit. Got a bit of a sweet tooth. If he can smell chocolate, he probably smells it off my hands. So
Yeah,
I rub
exactly.
my hands on his snoot.
You know, he's like, son of a bitch did kick me.
Maybe
you
you
just
can come with us.
see the in his eyes. He's caught between loyalty and a better offer. He's like,
Has he killed him yet?
oh, I don't know. So every now and then he's cooking something, but I don't know what he's cooking.
Do you hear him crying?
No, but they're far off. It's kind of hard to hear that.
How far are they?
Oh, Hey, look. Hey.
No,
Hey.
really, we'll take you with
Hey.
us.
You're trying to get information out of me. You ain't getting nothing out of me unless you give me something to eat.
Okay, I take my pack off.
So he looks over at Caleb. He's like, hey, you. Yeah, you. Guy with the stones. Yeah. Got a question for you. If and don't take this personally, but if he kills you, you mind if I gnaw on your bones? I mean, a bone's a bone to me.
Well,
Now,
it's the circle of life, I suppose, right?
see, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah.
Does
Okay, I just wanted,
Approach a little closer and slowly get down to his level.
ah,
Are you happy here?
hell no. Come on. I mean, well, it's kind of nice, It's, the sun's warm. Nobody messes with me. Hey.
Here's a ration.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a fresh ration. Spread it
yeah.
out.
Oh yeah.
Sort of look at the other two and then back to the dog.
Yeah.
What if we made some sort of deal here?
What?
Good boy deal.
Could you perhaps bring the ogre to us somehow?
Oh no, he doesn't listen to me.
I don't know if
He's a
you're out there
dick like that.
bawling and screaming and hollering.
But if you were barking a lot, right?
Oh, he'd just wait for you inside. He's a little older, so he's not going to come out here, rampaging like a young ogre.
Is there any other ogres with him, or is it just him?
Oh, it's just him.
Hey,
So here's a better question, and since we can't bring him to us, perhaps you can go inside with us.
What?
Have
Fuck
a-
no.
With a better sense of smell, hearing
Yeah.
all of us combined,
Yeah.
you'd be an asset to this party.
Yeah. Until he thumps me. Hey. Look,
You could get away, correct?
Not with this arthritis. Look, look. I already told you. There's just one of them. He's in there. I don't know if they're cooking. Oh, you've got plenty of information.
Oh, what's it
You want me
cooking?
to-
What does it smell like to you?
I don't
Smell
know.
like people?
No, I can't smell shit right now. No, you know what it smells like? It smells like, and the head leans in. He looks around conspiratorially and he says, "Smells like chocolate." His head comes back.
And chocolate sure would be good.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's what I'm
so
saying.
if we take down this ogre, are you going to come with us? You seem like you might be a bit of fun to have around.
Yeah, why not?
He's offering us nothing in exchange. You realize this, right?
I know.
I know, but he's just so cute and all.
I
You know.
just told you there's one of them. You could have been a mate with him. Trust me, you don't want that, because all you hear is grunting and growling, and it sounds like two smoked hams pounding against each other. And then after about 10 of those, there's a sickly
Why are you still talking?
sound. Right? I got nobody to talk to. Fine. I just won't say anything anymore.
So
Wait,
Hold on. Wait. Smartass. Here's maybe this will make you happy. Woof. And he lays his head back down on his paws.
all right, let's get in there.
I
He doesn't
know-
want to go with us.
I know 3 people who have chocolate and one dingy little creature that ain't got any. So if you have nothing to offer us, then we'll be on. our way.
Dingy.
Let's just start going back to striking that torch.
Yeah, what good that's gonna do you. He just goes back to laying down.
Well, let me go first with my eyes.
Hey,
I can perhaps see.
all right, we ready?
Hey, elf.
Hmm?
If it kills you, can I gnaw on your bones?
Oh yeah.
Ah, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
Axida, you going to take a look for us first?
I say we go together.
Hey,
I don't know. Can ogres? Can ogres see in the dark?
I think they're all right with that. I think they do okay with the seeing in the dark business. I don't know for sure, but wouldn't surprise me. You know, they live underground most of the
What
time.
does my knowledge tell me?
Make a knowledge my mind.
17.
17. Let me pull up the actual book here because I can't remember to save my life. And there we go. Yes, they have dark vision.
Well, if you carry your torch, they're going to see us coming.
I don't carry it. I'm not going to see where I'm going. So what do you suggest?
If you're going to take a torch, then I'm behind Aiken.
Maybe don't light it until we get near the beast so we can all see. We can rely on Axidel to get us there.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Go ahead and put your hand on my shoulder. We'll go slow. Whoever's following next.
I'll
I'm
go.
just going to say that I absolutely hate this plan, and I'm looking forward to its demise. I'll put my hands on the back.
Ready. We're going in.
All right.
You're going in. After about 60 feet, you start to see a light, very soft, gentle glow. And the room starts to be mechanically dimly lit. So I will change.
Ooh, nice path.
Hey,
There we go.
kind of resize it for the...
Is there a particular place you want us to put our tokens?
Yes, if you would be so kind as to put them at the southern or bottom section of the tunnel where I'm pinning.
So right here.
Yeah. And what you see on the map is exactly what you see in real life. These are stalagmites. They're not hollow. They're just attached to the ceiling, if you will. It is raised here, lowered down here, raised up there. There's mushrooms. There's these strangely glowing crystals.
Are they the source of the light?
They are indeed the source of the light.
Like a hard rock floor, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I guess these are mushrooms in here?
Yes. Great, huge mushrooms.
Hey. This is going
Sure,
to...
if there's mushrooms, that can be dangerous.
This is going to go really well.
Make a nature knowledge check
Man,
at +2.
I should have stayed in nature class.
Stupid conjuration spells. You don't think that they're dangerous. They're grotesque in that they're large. But they pretty much seem to be harmless, just large.
I share that. It looks like there's a passageway to the right.
There is. There's a passageway to the right.
And
There's a
one to the
passageway.
left.
Indeed.
What do you think, Aiken?
Well, let's get in here and see what we can find. Makes me nervous that this is all so wide open, but I don't know. Guess we can go to the right and just have a peek and see what we can see.
All right.
I'll start making my way.
Put my bow away.
I'm going to go around that mushroom.
All right.
As,
You may make your full movement and stop, and then I
These-
will let you know if anything changes or what you see.
Are these 5-foot squares, Will?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Okay,
Bless you.
unmute. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 20 feet for this guy.
All right. Go ahead, Axel.
I'm going to send my owl to go look around the corner up here.
I owe you a quick apology going forward, because I didn't say this the first time around. If you are going to drop down or climb up, you're going to have to make a reflex save.
Okay.
If you fail, you'll take 1 to 4 non-lethal points of damage. This will only represent loose rocks, scratching your knee, twisting your foot, something simple, because it's almost difficult terrain.
If we take it slow, can we like climb?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So if possible, I sent the owl over towards the north end of the map to look around the corner.
Okay. It's a tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it doesn't alert on anything. Okay, bring it back. I looked at Aiken.
So do I need to roll a climbing check?
Well, where Aiken is, no,
Okay.
because you're on a flat surface,
I
relatively flat.
what can I see down this tunnel that I'm kind of in front of?
You can see that it goes east for about 30 feet and then turns towards the north.
Hey, so the tunnel goes on a little ways here, about 30 feet, and then turns north. The dog did say it was a ways back in here.
Caleb, you have a lit torch, correct?
I don't think we did.
We decided
Okay,
not
I
to.
just
yeah.
wanna make
Going
sure
to, yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
but they have light from these crystals now, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Is it really bright or just very
No,
dim or?
Very, very dimly lit.
Are these crystals over here too?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to take a cautious approach on these mushrooms.
And as moments you get there, you see a chest on a stone dais with some, what looks like a skeleton, long since
Caleb.
removed from life, in front of the chest.
Caleb, take a look over here.
And
Looks
the
like there's loot.
dais is certainly out of place. I mean, it looks like it was professionally carved by human hands. There's some writing on it.
I get closer, but I don't touch.
And you are from where you're at. You're very. There's some type of. I don't want to prose, but it's obviously a poem to Lydia, goddess of music.
Somebody died here. Probably
And-
trapped.
A chest that is.
I'll see them interested in something and start heading that way.
All right. Are you climbing up, or are you taking a quick jump?
Right here?
If you yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and climb.
Yeah. Okay, so it's going to take you a second to get up there.
And I have boots of striding and springing, so I think that gives me
Oh, that's right. You can.
+5 on acrobatics and 10 feet of movement.
Spidey.
Oh yeah. You quickly bound up there. I won't even roll.
Okay.
Um,
Hey.
So I read the poem.
it's just some praise to Lydia.
Looks like this is trapped. Killed somebody. I look over the bones. Don't know if there's
you
anything
kinda-
obvious.
Gently play with them. You obviously see the dart that's stuck in the skull.
Mm-hmm. Right there.
Yeah, somebody had a very unpleasant attempt at opening that.
Hey.
Well, I'm no good with traps.
I need you to. Okay.
Does it? I guess if it's just bones, it's probably hard to tell what killed it. Because there's no tissue there for, holes or bruising
Well,
or
He said there's a
poison.
dart in the head.
Oh, I missed that.
The dart that went through the eye socket. So obviously it seems that whoever was trying to open it triggered the trap, and it
Well,
killed
then
them.
again, if the trap is triggered, it might be okay, right?
Right, that's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering if maybe that dart was poison, though, if it killed him. I mean, a little dart shot ain't going to kill anybody normally, unless there's some kind of fragile, weakling.
Alrighty then.
Poison on it.
Then let me step back.
So there was some sort of writing on it.
Yeah, it was just some praise to the goddess Lydia, goddess of magic, or goddess of music
Hey,
and poetry.
and poison darts.
Um, you surmise that possibly this cave was used at some point as perhaps a hidden temple or some type of hidden worship area by followers of the goddess Lydia. Whatever happened long ago.
Man, it's loot though. I'm sure there's something good in there.
Well, I'm sure
Awfully
if they
tempting.
took the time to trap it, but maybe we just leave it for our trip out. I wonder why the ogre never messed with it.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he got hit by a dart. Whatever you'd like to do. And you look at me and you see that I've got these covetous eyes. It's like, oh, treasure.
I say we don't risk it
Sure.
now.
Young labs in here first.
Exactly. But on the way out, perhaps we could look into it.
Okay.
Question is, which way do we go?
Right. Well.
This tunnel over here, back where I
Did you
was,
see
goes.
light down that other tunnel.
Did it get darker, or was there light continuing down the tunnel? Woo.
There was that very soft, gentle light, but that's all you know. I mean, you never quite looked north. You just saw that
Right.
it did turn north.
Yeah, it looks like it stays kind of lit like it is here. Let's maybe go down this way and we'll see what happens.
Yep.
So I'll start heading back over.
Climb down slowly.
Okay. Caleb, climbing or just jumping on down?
Climbing.
Okay. You pick your way, meander your way down. Make a roll here. Okay.
I don't know that the DM really needs to be making any rolls at this time.
Axel, will you please make a perception check at +2?
Thank you. And if it's darker, you get an extra +3. So it'll be 14, 17 if it's dark.
You think you hear some ever slight, maybe humming from the crystals?
Oh. These crystals might have like power or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about things like that.
I'll take a moment, step a little bit closer, and cast Detect Magic.
They resonate with a very, very gentle hint of magic. And as you reach to touch one, it almost changes its tone. It's kind of like running your finger over the brim of a water bowl in different sizes. That's kind of what these crystals do.
You hear that?
I do. What is that? What's it doing? How are you doing that?
Oh, it's something's magic.
And then it dawns on you why this place was picked for the goddess of music and poetry is
Chamber
of sounds.
sounds.
Hey. Well, that's...
I suppose a magical song will probably sound very good here.
I see. Okay. Well, that's good to know they're not dangerous anyway. But we should make our way and see what we can find around the bend up here.
Let's do that.
All right. You'll put everybody at the bottom of the map.
You got a new map for us?
Yes. Yes. Let me refresh that. There you go. Sorry about that.
We're still on the old map.
Yeah, we're still seeing the old map.
Oh, I must change that.
It's a lovely map, however. There we go. Things are happening. There we go.
Yes, if you'd be so kind as to click yourselves.
There we go.
And please understand that in this cave complex, it's not just a rounded dome. You've got ledges and just like any other natural cave cavern system.
Well, let's go forward cautiously. I can see a little bit better, so let me go first. Listening carefully.
All right. I need you to make a perception check, sir. All right.
About a truck.
Your owl seems to need to make a perception check.
It's one of his favorite things to do.
Your owl is greatly agitated at this point.
Oh, what is it? You feel sensitive? Is he emoting danger?
Great danger.
I turn and I raise a hand to caution the party. Come up slow.
Hey, I'll have my sword drawn for sure.
With the owl on my shoulder. And I'm gonna peek around the corner. Step out here just a little bit. And is this a tunnel or something off to this side?
Nope.
Looks like
It's
just a
this
chamber.
is just a raised area. Yeah. And as you do that,
Does the owl give me a sense of what gives it concern? Is it this?
it is not that. It is that. A giant scorpion comes jumping out of one of the upper ledges and will attack you.
Nuh-uh.
I
didn't know monsters attacked in this game.
They do.
Wait a second.
Man, you didn't tell us that, Woo.
Oh, that's why we never level up.
That you don't level up because you haven't done much. Let me get
All the
to
damn talking.
right? Stupid role play. Savric's over there going, I could have got some Subway or Sonic. Had a better time than that.
That's right. He's here to see us die.
And I will not change anything.
Actually, this is the predecessor to my favorite part of the game, character generation.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, move that off to the side, and it will attack. Oh God. All right. That's gonna be brutal. What's your armor class?
With my mage armor, it's 17.
Oh, this thing hits you.
Can't let that happen.
Scroll down. Oh, it is. There's an 18. And one more attack. All right. Oh, all right. One of the pincers snick right by your face, but another one clicks you. And it rolls for damage. Ooh, is that right? Wait a minute. That's awful. All right. With a great, wicked crush. Oh, that's it? Oh, very good. 6 points of damage.
So where does it get me?
Yes.
On my bad cheek?
No, it gets somewhere on your torso. With that, everybody needs to roll initiative. Oh, come on now.
Oh, I didn't grab my token first. Sorry about that.
Well, that's all right. No worries.
So what's this thing's reach?
This thing's reach is a. It's large, but I don't see it having reach.
So it's only 5
good
foot.
5 feet, yeah. And it's Caleb, Axidel, and Aiken. What was your
It was 12.
12? Why are you not?
I forgot to
Doing that.
click my token first.
Right, it's not. No, screwed. All right, this is going to be its initiative. Maybe, yep. Okay. Sorry, roll 20 is acting odd on me. That will be, ooh, that's a quick sucker. All right, it's going to go first so far. Axidel, Caleb, and this was a 12. Okay, so it will attack again. Snip, snip.
Is it attacking
but it
from up
attacks
on the
twice.
ledge, or did it jump down, bud?
No, it jumped down.
Okay.
It's now on quote eye level, so to speak. So it will go. Roll and roll. All right, both pincers miss. Your turn, Axidel.
Awesome. So how far away is it from me?
10 feet.
Okay,
Sorry, 5 feet. It's gonna
5 feet. So I'm within its range right now.
Yes.
Okay, so I could do a 5 foot step back and I would not be within this range, right?
Correct.
So 5 foot step back, then I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay. What are you casting?
And I'm gonna cast the spell Summon Monster 2. And what I would hope to summon is 1d3 + 1 of the ever popular Summon Dog.
Always a crowd pleaser.
3 of my favorite pooches. I'm gonna put them all around him.
Oh, this will
So-
be a good fight.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
And
Did they attack this round?
that's what I was going to ask you. So,
I do not believe they do.
it attacks your opponent's best ability. You can communicate. You choose kind of creature you summon.
I'm going to say they do not.
Okay.
They will attack on your round. Okay, so Aiken.
Okay. I'm going to move 10 feet of my 30 and take a stab at this here giant scorpion with my longsword.
Fantastic. Ooh, snap. I believe that was
9 slashing damage of 27 hits.
Yo, yeah, oh, absolutely.
Nice.
Darn it. All right. And I've got so many things up on my screen right now. What was the damage to that again?
That was 9 slashing.
All right. 9 slashing. It'll take that. And it is not pleased, though. Calum.
Just from the rest of the party. Team. To go back at it with my quarterstaff. 15 to hit.
I believe that the... Oh, there we go. Where's your armor class? Oh, and your quarterstaff bounces off the chitinous plate of the scorpion.
Well, that's my actions.
All right. It will attack again. It's going to attack this dog. So the armor class on the dog.
13.
13. Very good. All right. Giant scorpion attacked. And
I'm sorry, which dog was it? The one above Aiken?
yes.
How much damage?
I believe it was 7.
Okay.
Yep.
He's in rough shape, but he's still up.
It is Axedel's turn. Well, along with his doggies.
Alrighty. So we'll start with the doggies. The same dog that was injured. It makes its attack. And I'm sorry, I'm orienting myself here. So it reaches out with a big old chomp.
Oh.
Oh.
And it ravages. I guess it's not a... What is the armor class on the thing? I guess
16.
Okay, so I didn't confirm. So it's 8 points. It grabs a pincer and it tears at it with its teeth. 8 points.
Nice.
The one beneath it, between Axedel and the scorpion,
Mm-hmm.
makes its bite. 16's a hit, 10 points.
Yes. Oof.
And there's a comment about a trip. What is that?
You can trip it if you manage to hang on to it.
Yeah, and actually, I'll let you figure that out while I do the third attack. I don't see anything in the
Absolutely.
creature sheet about that.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute
Yeah,
here.
we'll have to defer to the DM's expertise.
oh,
And then the last one. Another.
dang.
Wow, doggies.
Wrapping it up.
Your dogs have managed to find weak points in its armor, and before you know it, those dogs are tearing into flesh, and you hear a high-pitched squeal from the giant scorpion, and it collapses, dead.
Sweet.
That was quick.
Thankfully.
Hey, those dogs of yours. Just amazing.
Just wish they stuck around a little bit longer.
Long live the conjurer. Jeez.
Hey, that's amazing.
So I motioned for the dogs to explore the area, smell and sniff the area, and have them run around sniffing. Find the ogre.
Diggity, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on here. I think I just closed out of 20 here. Which is not what I wanted to do. Sorry.
No
Trying to be all
worries.
cool and calm here. I'm
No
actually
worries.
pretty high stressed because you're eating through my monsters. All right, I need for them to make a perception check.
Alrighty.
at +2. Very good. And they go running off as fast as they can. It's their run speed.
Their run speed is. They move at 40, so a double move for them would be 80 feet.
And run is 4 times, so they're 160.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So they go running back the other direction.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's go, boys. Let's run after them.
Hey,
And your dogs start to bark.
Okay. And we run after them. They won't stay for. They won't stay for long.
You say you run after them, but what are your run speeds?
Okay, we run after them slower than them.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Right.
I've got 80 plus 10 with my boots, so 90, I guess.
Wow.
yeah, he's armored.
40 according to my character sheet.
I guess 30 times 4 if you run. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Where do they
Oh,
go?
then I'd be 120 if it works that way, because my move is up by 10, and then it will multiply. Is that how that will go?
Do we have a sense of where the dogs will run? Do we hear them barking up over the other direction up there?
They are indeed running that direction. Hold on, 30.
Yeah, you just run after them.
They are already when they start howling and barking, they are met with a great roar that echoes through the chambers.
Chew them up, boys.
Aye, there he is.
Actually, I need your dogs to make a fortitude save.
Okay. One for each.
I'll just do one.
Go big, boys.
I did go big. They don't even hesitate when they hear that roar, that challenge, and they run off down the tunnel.
Nice.
How long do your dogs stay around?
They stay around. The spell itself lasts. It is 1 round per level, but I've got this feature that extends my. It's called Summoner's Charm. It extends the duration number of rounds equal to half my wizard level.
Okay.
Minimum of 1. So there'll be a total of 4 rounds. So they have 1 round of attacking,
Right.
and then I sent them running.
Right. And then that'll be their round. 2 rounds there. So that's 3 rounds.
While Summoner might be cool at low level, the spells don't last long.
And then let us get to not that. Let's get to this then.
And where do you want us to load?
You will load down on the southern portion.
Southern, southwestern.
Yep.
Okay.
Where I'm pinging.
Cool. I'm right behind you, boys. If you want to move forward a little bit.
I
On here. All right.
Where should I put the dogs?
The dogs. Yeah.
I'll let you decide where to put those guys.
release
Right
the
there.
hounds. I have a question
As it
for you,
is
Woo.
Not necessarily. Yes.
How, is it an action or a bonus action to imbibe a potion in this game? I don't recall what we.
It is a standard action. It invokes an attack of opportunity. So you can drink the potion and move,
Gotcha.
but you can't drink the potion.
Attack and
active
move. Right.
and move.
Gotcha. Very good. Thank you.
So yeah. And Hold on here. What is the armor class of your dogs? 13?
13.
13? All right.
Yep, they got 17 hit points each.
Oh, crap.
Yep,
I
and
was-
actually,
I
I
was
see the
off.
tokens are incorrect. They should be 17, and one guy lost 7, so his current is...
Okay.
10.
Oh, yep, I should have been a +3. And there is the ogre, standing on top of the highest point in the cavern system, with a great bow and
He has a bow.
added a 3, not a 2. He barely hits your lead dog. I don't know which one was your lead dog, so that's
This
gonna
is
be-
the one that, let me ping it. This is the one that was injured before.
Okay.
So I had adjusted the hit points on the tokens.
Okay.
So are we able to move in to see him?
Hold on, I'm trying to get some things done here. Your lead dog takes 8 points of damage. You hear
Okay.
one high-pitched yelp from it, and you will all actually be about down here. Aiken, you are way, way, way ahead of the group.
Yeah, I was moving my tokens up. Is he too far forward?
Is that better?
Oh, he's way, way too far forward.
Is that better?
Oh, that'd be great.
Sorry about
He'll
that.
love that.
Sorry.
Actually, your character is going to be.
I mean, like if we came out of the tunnel, that's probably about where we would be to see him, right?
Yeah, you're going to be back there. So, so let me move your character. 'Cause you're actually going to be the slowest guy. All right.
Oh, we want him first.
And hit. And sadly, as much time as taken, just as your dogs go to attack, they poof.
You don't even get one chomp.
They don't even get one chomp. That's how far they had to travel.
Well, they found him.
They did find him right directly.
We'll keep
So just as they spring, it's poof.
we'll keep those tokens there because I'll move them off to the side because guess what? We're going to try that again.
I'm okay with that. I'm totally down with that. All right, so let us roll initiative now.
Click my token first this time.
Initiative.
He's gonna be slow as all spit. I was like, holy crap, we got a 20.
I did.
Clear this. Oh. Damn it. That's not what I want. Sorry, I'm getting all. Alright. Let's try this again, shall we? Oh.
The feature at the bottom once you clear it.
Yeah, I had to clear it. Yeah.
So roll again.
All right. Why is my ogre not working? That's right. Ogre got a 10. Well, just remember that it goes on the same time as your dogs. All right, everybody's initiative. What you want to throw that in there?
Yeah, everybody probably have to roll again and then type the original number back in there.
So
Actually,
roll it.
what was your original number?
11. I typed it in.
Oh,
Where do you type it in when you type it in?
If you go to the turn order tracker and you click on your number by your token, it's editable.
Ah, it came up 20 again. So there you go. Didn't know you could edit that.
You are
though.
that good.
It's good to know.
sweet.
That 20 was meant to be.
Meant to be.
Aiken, your character has a lot of movement to get to.
Yeah.
You can do a couple things. You can either jump and climb straight towards him, or you can follow the path of skulls and bones.
Hey. Does it look like it's navigable with these boots?
bones.
Yeah, I see that. Does it look fairly navigable with these boots?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just
'cause-
these ridges are about, 8 to 10 feet tall. So
Okay, so I've got, if I run, I should have 120, right, with these boots on?
yes,
Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40,
a spring will take 10 of your feet away from you.
50. So
But if you
60.
run-
So I'm going to move it.
But please understand that if you run, you do not get to attack at
Right.
the end of your run.
Right, that's fine. 60,
Okay.
65, 70. I added 10 for that spring I went through. 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120 is the end of my move, and I'm going to
Okay.
I'm going to consume my potion of haste because that's
No,
my
sir.
action.
You
Yeah.
are. That's your full action. Yeah, you did a full run.
Oh,
you've taken
okay.
Your movement and then expanded that out as
Gotcha.
your action is,
Cool.
is running.
All right, then I'm there, and I'm behind
So-
a stalactite, sort of
Okay.
ish. Okay, that will end my turn.
Caleb, what are you doing?
Muted.
Let's see. He's got a bow. I'm not real keen on getting shot by it. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to move up there, try to take some cover behind this, hopefully a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
Then I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Oh, very good. Does this spell, this divine spell, have any flair to it? Anything that somebody would see, or is it just something that?
Made me think about it, to be honest with you. I sort of liken it to the Cure Light Wounds thing I did not too long ago. There's that the green and brownish aura that sort of emits around me. It's not like blinding light by any means, but just a very mild glow. If someone was looking at me, they'd probably be able to tell that there's some sort of shimmering essence around me. And it sort of twirls around my body with like leaves. It's got that look towards it, like almost like a shell.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Axidel.
Yes. Looking at where Calum is run, can we see over this edge? I mean, is it possible this edge where next to him where he's standing? Is
Yeah, you can definitely see him because
you can look
up
over
at-
the edge, right? I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
he's even higher,
Yes.
right? Okay, I'm gonna run up behind Calum there, and I'm gonna cast another spell.
All right.
I'm going to convert my remaining second level spell into Summon Monster 2. And once again, I'm going to summon the doggos.
Fantastic.
Once again, get 3 of them. And
Nice.
I'm going to put them, I don't know if I saw this ramp here. I want to put them on the ramp and have them run up. And actually, if I can see the ogre, I'd like to have them surround him if that's
No,
possible.
absolutely.
My range is 25 plus 5 feet per level.
Okay, so
So my distance.
Yeah.
That one's doable. I guess the other one I'd
Absolutely.
probably put behind him.
sure.
And one more. Copy. Doesn't want to paste. Let me drag another one in. Here we go. So that's my action and my move.
dogs will go on Caleb, Axel, and it is the ogre's turn. The ogre, free action, drops his bow, pulls out or unlatches his big nasty club, which will provoke an attack of opportunity from your dog.
Okay. And actually, do those dogs go after him, or when do they go?
They will go on your initiative.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
So
only this
one-
dog gets the attack of opportunity.
Gotcha. Cool. Let me. Woo. And that's the owl. Wrong sheet.
Like, wow, you dropped the talons? Dang.
Yeah, sweet. I wasted a great roll. Oh well.
I don't need a talking dog. I got a dog with talons.
I know.
Oh, still. 21
Wow.
definitely hits him.
11. Yeah, and do we trip him?
No, you're not going to be able to trip him. That's a larger sized creature. Now, if I don't want to say this.
That's fine.
No, he'll make
He's a
it.
beefy boy. They'll have to chew on his leg for a while before that happens.
He did 11 points damage, right?
Indeed.
Nice.
Good boy.
Better than the talons.
Right.
Right. All right. So. And now he will attack, and you're not gonna like this at all. Because he has range.
Well, these are the same 3 dogs come every time. So if he hurts one of the dogs, don't worry. Dogs will come back.
That's right. Plus. Sorry, I know it's taking time here, but I got to do this. Oh,
Monster attacks crafted lovingly by your DM.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
Handcrafted.
First attack
So worth the wait.
is a 25. The second attack,
Who's he attacking?
he's attacking your 2 dogs
Okay.
because he has reach. And he has the ability to attack, cleave that, and then cleave another adjacent creature. So he's hitting there, and
By-
damage is going. What?
By cleave, you mean like just
What?
gently bruise, something like that?
Yes, softly caress.
Yeah.
Scritches.
Scritches.
Absolutely.
Ooh. So which one did he clobber first?
The first dog.
In front of him. Okay.
Yep. And then
Did 2 points damage?
no, he did 17, and on the second dog he did 18.
Oh.
Answers that.
And with a great battle roar, he mocks the dog because those are the most immediate threats. All right, so it is now up to Aiken since he has lead initiative.
Okay. I'm going to spend my action consuming my potion of haste. And it lasts for
Gulp.
3 rounds. So the round I consume it, is that one of the 3 rounds? So it's actually like a 2-round benefit?
No.
Okay.
No, it'll be 3 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll go, and then your next round
Gotcha.
will start.
That'll give me a +1 to
Alright,
hit,
so-
+1 to save, extra movement, and an extra attack, and +1 to my AC.
Nice.
Right?
Caleb,
Hey.
that's a terrible potion.
We said it was to climb up.
Yeah, you can climb up, but it'll take your movement to climb up, and that'll be your sole action. Or you can make a reflex save. If you make it, then you happily jumped up, found purchase, and you can either move or attack. But if you fail, then you take non-lethal damage. and you just kind of sit there at the bottom because you couldn't climb up.
Let's try the reflex. 'Cause
All right.
why not?
Oh, you easily make your way up.
Okay.
Wrong guy. And you can either continue movement, your full movement, well, 10 feet less of your full movement.
Right. And I probably can't attack him since I'm lower than him, correct?
Oh no, you can definitely attack him, but you just got to be within range. But be advised, he can attack out to here.
Yeah. But I move behind this stalactite for now. And
Easily done.
Wait for the bigger, beefier party member to get up here first.
Very good. Very good. Axidel, 2 of your dogs just went with an almost comical popping sound.
Dog pops.
Yep, this dog, the remaining dog, jumps around and it bites at the ogre's hamstrings.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on, 1, 2. Oh, he is within 10 feet. Oh, I made a mistake. Okay. Make your attack.
Nope.
Nope. All right.
Okay, so that is the first of 4 rounds. I'm gonna keep track of rounds. I don't think he's gonna live that long, but we'll try to keep him around for a bit. And then as my and I apologize for not knowing the Pathfinder rules.
No, it's all good.
So I might want to pull my bow out and take a shot, maybe take a shot from cover. Is that possible?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because unlike, go ahead.
I was going to say, taking a shot from cover, what does that mean for me? If I pop out, take a shot, and then pop back behind this, I guess he can't see me because of the crystals.
Way too mechanical. You're going to take your shot from your concealed or covered position, excuse me.
Yes.
And then he will have a high chance of missing you if he were to shoot back at you.
Okay.
Because you are almost completely covered.
Okay. So I guess my question would be that there's no penalty for me because after I shoot, I'm back behind cover, correct?
Correct.
I mean,
Which makes
no difficulty for me to attack, but he would
Right.
have difficulty finding me. Okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I'm going to do that.
Which is why you don't attack elves in the forest.
I know, right? So here comes one magical arrow, bastard.
Ooh,
Nice.
it hits.
6 points of piercing.
Nice.
Burn that arrow.
Well spent.
Great. Well, drops back to Aiken.
Okay. So this says extra movement, but it doesn't. Oh, an extra move action. Okay, that's what it means. I can move twice
Yes.
then. Okay. But moving in and moving away would provoke an attack of opportunity, right? Like if I were to come in and attack, and yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. With my boots of striding and springing, I get 10 extra feet. 25, 30. And I get 2 attacks. Okay. So I would like to now take those 2 attacks.
Before you do that, he gets the attack of opportunity.
For entering his space? Is that
no, not for entering, because he has reach of 10 feet. So you've entered the 10-foot space, which is a threatened space, and you left it to go into the 5-foot space.
But I'm still within his. I guess I don't understand.
Yeah. Normally, attacks of opportunity is when you leave somebody's threatened. Like
Right.
you're leaving.
I got even closer.
Right, but that's the point. His threat range is at 10 feet because he's an ogre. He has reach. So the moment you enter the 10-foot space, okay?
Yeah, I got all that.
Right, and then you left the 10-foot space to get closer, and that's still a threatened space.
Yeah. I think it's not moving between threatened spaces doesn't provoke. It's leaving the threatened area. But
that's how I've understood it. But
that's where the reach comes into play. Is he's got the reach to get that area.
All right.
And that's what makes creatures with reach dangerous.
Well, he's going to be dead shortly, so.
That's the spirit.
There we go.
Fucking bastard.
No, 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 no. That's not what we want to do.
And my AC is better by 1 also because of the potion of hasty. So hopefully he will miss.
Let's try, right? Where's mine? Come on now. There we go. What's your armor class?
Ah, fuck. 21.
Oh. Bludgeoning, 13 points damage.
Okay. That's awesome. Owie.
You felt these types of blows before.
I'm gonna fuck his shit up bad. Okay, so he's got his attack of opportunity. I'm gonna step in with 2 attacks now because of haste, if I may be permitted to do so.
Absolutely.
Where is my... Okay, I see. Gotta get on the right page here. And I get a bonus +1 to attack, I think. Hang on. Yeah, +1 to hit, +1 save. Okay. So, pardon me while I get my cursor over here. Okay, so attack number 1.
Oh,
Holy smokes, that's not a crit?
that's not a crit?
Nope.
The natural 19.
Yeah, because if it's a 19 or 20,
I get a-
it's a crit.
I get a +11
No, I'm...
and then +1,
I'm
so
sorry.
it was actually an 18. It was an 18
Oh.
because I got a +1 for the hasty potion. Yeah. So he'll take 8 slashing.
I see.
And then I'm going to, and just kind of with a flourish and a spin, hack him again. With any luck here. Come on. All right, 21. 6 more, hopefully.
Sword school, baby.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, absolutely. Da-da-da-da-da. That was brutal.
Make that extra
Um,
attack count.
All right, so it will be Caleb.
Does this Pathfinder work like 5th edition? He's already got a reaction to an attack of opportunity or what?
Nope. So what do you want to do? And I'll
Well, I'm not going to get anywhere near it because it's going to destroy me if I walk towards it.
It has the possibility of doing that. Yes.
So,
But beings don't get more than 1 attack of opportunity in a turn, do
Right. No.
they?
Right.
Okay.
so that's what I'm saying. I should be safe to walk up to it now this turn because it just attacked.
It already
Yes.
used its...
Yes.
It already used that.
That's, yeah,
Right.
That's my point
Yeah.
of like sticking
Sorry.
back for a
Yeah.
round. But I can attack it from below, you said, or not?
Considering where he's at, yes. If you get up close, yes.
Okay, so I can get up.
He'll have to make a choice on who he attacks on his turn.
Right.
Sure, it'll be the dog.
Well.
Of course,
Somebody else that has his attention now.
he may take a mighty swing.
Well, maybe I'll
Yeah, he's
attempt to strike it.
he's got options.
And that was a critical miss.
Yeah, it was. Bouncing off the stone. His foot moved just before that strike could hit. All right, Axidel.
Dog's on my turn, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh. And let's go with another arrow. Missed. It's my turn.
What about your dog?
The dog went before me.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Ooh.
It missed.
All right. Oh, goodness. It's the ogre's turn. Well, the ogre sees the greatest threat is the human getting 2 attacks. So it will strike.
Ah,
For
jeez.
14 points of damage.
Golly, down to 6. Just
And
like that.
ogres are fucking dangerous.
Well, I don't know
man.
what I'm supposed to do. I don't know, I'm the dude.
you're doing everything you can. I mean, there's just they're ogres. I mean, and because it has cleave and great cleave and power attack, it will attack dog because it's adjacent, and the attack hit. Nope. Oh, that's good too, because 17 bludgeoning.
Who's a good boy?
I knocked it right out of the park. No. All right, so that was quick. Aiken, 'tis your turn.
Got to make 2 attacks here, and got to make them count.
Go
Yeah.
big or go home.
I didn't come here to run away from an ogre. 23.
Nice.
13 slashing.
Your second attack.
Why does it keep not attacking when I click submit? Maybe because I don't click out of the box. 14, so 27 slash.
And how does this demise of the ogre look?
Aiken just like goes purple angry and just takes 2 huge slices across this guy, almost like an X, and just opens him up and stands over him when he drops.
Nice. He stands there and that X just peels open and his guts just fall onto the ground with a sick, wet splatter.
I whistled to the dog. Hey, boy, go find the girls.
Dog just looks
No
at
people. There's girls. Go find them. Hey, come on, I'm the summoner.
You are the summoner indeed. All right, the ogre is dead. What do you wish to do now?
I send my owl around the room looking for peoples.
While it's doing that, what does everybody... Aiken, what do you do?
I'm gonna
higher initiative.
I'm gonna stand over this thing and just catch my breath. And whoops, sorry about that map. Maybe have just a quick visual look around. I'm not gonna move around just yet. Just see what I can see around me.
Okay. Obviously, there were the skulls. There's the various crystals and mushrooms and what have you. Here are some soiled and stained carpets and rugs that he was obviously using for bedding.
Gotcha.
There's the little cook pot. There's a chest. And then there is a tunnel.
Hey, oops.
While you're looking around, making a scan of the room, Caleb, what are you doing?
Now that the threat's gone, I'm gonna take off to the northwest here and see if there's anything up here. I'm gonna run.
Okay,
I'm gonna be reckless.
very good.
I'm gonna start running up here so I can see around this corner.
As you do, you see what looks like some type of contraption. I don't want to say skillfully made, but a little bit better than you'd expect an ogre to make. And it's holding something down in this pit. Almost like a winch.
I still got some movement left, so I'll move to the edge at least, but I'm not doing anything else besides that.
And you see that there's, again, it's like a winch. The rope is taut and it's got something down in the pit. You can't see at this time. All right, Accidel, what are you doing?
I make my way around to catch up.
All right, back to Aiken.
I'll sword drawn. I'll go ahead and follow him down. This would be the last round with the haste potion for whatever that may matter.
Okay.
Whoops, darn it! I gotta quit doing that. I'm gonna follow up here and see what is it? What have you got there? ask Caleb what he sees.
Device, water.
Hey,
I'm assuming something is lower down in there.
maybe that's where the girls are. Just maybe move up here and just see if I can have a look down there. Just too dark to see down there, Woo.
It is. It is.
Does it smell?
Here.
I'm afraid to ask.
It smells a little bit.
I follow the boys around.
All right.
And nothing else. If they've come upon something you can't see down a dark, scary hole, I will send down some dancing lights.
As you send down the dancing lights, they twirl and twist and fall like little soft glowing embers, and there is some type of a cage.
Oh, is it connected on the winch? Oh,
It is indeed.
winch
Hey.
that up.
Hey, all right, all right.
Cage down there.
Let's see if we can get it winched up then.
Easily done. Just takes a long time. And there inside is a very terrified little girl,
Alive?
very alive.
All right, we'll get her out of there as quickly as possible. Hey, we're here to save you. Your mom sent us.
Easily done.
Where's your auntie?
She just shrugs her shoulders.
Is there nothing else down there?
Nothing else down there. But she does cling to Caleb.
Was your aunt here with you in the cave?
She nods yes.
Hey. All right. Well, let's get out of here.
I'm sure she'll be alright. I'll sort of give the other two like a knowing look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cut the rope for this cage, and if there's any way to break apart this contraption. I don't know how sturdy it is.
Easily done. It's a wooden.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a wooden
I just
contraption. You just put the bindings to it.
I don't want to leave it here for future use.
Easily done.
All right. Well, let's go see what we got out here then.
Well, it seems that this ogre is a collector of fine rugs.
Right.
Is
There's a
like
chest.
a little girl, or are we talking like?
She's a little girl, maybe 6 years old.
Okay. I just realized like I put on my shoulder, and I'm just
Easily.
gonna start heading out.
Oh, you can do that easily.
This junk in here doesn't really interest me at all.
Hey,
I just want to get her out of here so I'm safe.
smart thing there.
No. Not
That's
a
just my
problem.
character. I don't want to like intrude on whatever you guys want to do while you're in here, but
I think
No problem. You can easily make your way out.
I'm gonna search this ogre and see what he's got on his person. His formerly alive person.
This formerly alive ogre
Yes.
has pretty much nothing on it.
Okay.
Its weapons, its the quiver with its arrows, which are substantially larger than normal human arrows.
Okay.
And that's it.
I think I spy a chest there. Check it out.
All right. You come up. There's the chest. I mean, it's
Does
not
it
hidden.
does it match the other chest? Does it look the same
No.
or quite different?
Completely different chest.
Okay.
Does it look as we would expect an ogre chest to look all grimy and grody?
Sure.
Okay. Does it look like it has a lock on it?
And it definitely has a lock on it.
Is it locked?
You have to open it to find out.
I try to open it.
You easily open it.
Excellent. What does the chest hold?
The chest holds several gold and silver pieces, and it holds. I have my notes here somewhere. Ah, yes. There are some arrows that have an iridescent shine to the edge and sparkle when the light hits them. There is a potion there is a pouch with some strange glittering dust in it, and there is a beautiful looking ring.
That's
Aye.
some loot here, Aiken.
Aye, indeed. This ogre was pretty well off. Well, let's get this stuff out of here, and guess we'll just leave it in the chest for now.
Yep.
The rugs
Give the
are
place a look over.
yeah, the rugs are nasty. There doesn't appear to be anything of maybe a good, thorough investigation, or I guess perception is what I'm looking for
Make
to
a
search.
good thorough perception check.
Hey,
Yeah, we'll search the place. I'm really hoping that we find something, a clue or evidence that might tell us something about the woman.
As you are looking about, you just happen to walk by the cauldron, and there is your answer.
damn it! Pieces, parts, eh?
Oh yes.
What are we gonna do with this here?
So while you're all searching that, Caleb, while they were searching and rummaging through the chest, you have brought out the child into the sunlight world of mortals.
I'm just gonna head right back towards the house.
Okay,
Making my distance here.
very good.
Just get this kid far away from us as well.
Absolutely. Axedel and Aiken, after you have found evidence of what happened to the aunt, what would you like to do?
Do you think we could?
What do we do, Aiken?
Perhaps we could roll her up in a carpet. I don't know what the customs of these people. They may want her remains, but I don't know if they want to see
I
her.
think so.
And I don't want them having to come back in here.
No, they shouldn't have to deal with this.
Should we
It'd be good if we.
burn her? Just tell them.
Well, I think she's already looking like soup, right? Is it cauldron burbling?
Oh yeah, she's definitely soup, or I guess the proper thing to say would be she's stew.
Meaty.
Okay.
Meaty, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, I kicked the fire out, and
Dump her down the pit.
It's gonna take some time. No,
Just leave her be.
I don't think I'd want to be at the bottom of the pit. Well,
We
I
could.
think they'd want her buried, right?
I guess we could take her out. Maybe a pyre, burn her.
What are the
Wasn't much wood though.
people of this? These
Hey.
are divers people, right?
It would be after overthinking, you realize that possibly just having Caleb come by and come back and
See,
give last rites or some type of prayer would be enough to hallow the ground.
and I think we'd want to let the people know, let her sister know, and maybe she wants us to do something. I think we would see to her will, right? Her
Hey.
intent.
That seems all right.
Absolutely.
We're not that far away if we had to come back and tend to her. Hey, let's get
Take
out
the
of here.
cauldron and bury the cauldron.
Let's get out of here.
Okay, now this is yeah. I mean, this is not a little, 2 foot by 2 foot cauldron.
Right?
Yeah.
This stuff's a human body in it, with room. So
Hey.
With room for vegetables.
yeah, this concept of we'll just take the cauldron.
Yeah, I don't know.
There will be a chance of spillage, and if there is, that will be considered desecration of the body.
I defer to my cleric.
Hey, perhaps we'll come back out and sit with the girl, and maybe you two can go back in there. What do you say to that?
Yeah, so I think that's how we, this ends, right? We'll figure it out.
Well, I was gonna say, and as you go out of the cavern complex, you realize that Caleb is long gone with the child. I mean, you see his form far off in the distance.
Okay.
Carrying the child.
And that's iconic. He's the traveler.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
What about this chest here, Exadel? We haven't done anything with the chest with the dead mate here in front of it.
I can't pass up a chance to take a look at them.
I can't. I took a beating to that ogre, and I can't do much to risk myself at this point. I'm hurting.
Well, let me see if I can take a crack at the side of this chest with his great club.
where that's great club is a very heavy object. And you're talking about the chest in the first room?
Hey.
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right. Let me. If you will be so kind as to. There we go.
Yeah, so I'll take a quick look at it and see if I can figure out the trap. Try to puzzle that. But
It make a perception check.
let's give it a good look.
It looks like at some point, somebody came in here, tried to open the chest up, tried to disarm the trap. There's the needle, rattling around in the skull. And inspection suggests that there was some type of poison. It's a little discolored, but now it's far harmless. I mean,
So breaking all the tenets of the sword school of Aiken Glendenning's father, where I learned how to best handle your sword, I use my sword as a prying tool to pry open the... No, it's okay. I got this.
as you
It's a good sword.
I hope it remains a
I
good
use
sword.
my sword / crowbar.
right. We won't get into the mechanics of it, but we'll say that you pry open the chest. And inside the chest are several small ingots of what look like gold.
Ooh.
Nice.
But you can tell that the chest is going to be heavy.
That's the problem we like.
Indeed.
Ada.
She's back at the house. Do you take the chest? I mean, do you take the other chest? You take both chests? What's the...
You betcha.
Okay.
Take as much as possible, and I know that
May take
it'll
us a little
probably be
longer.
hours later before.
And as you start to pick up this second chest, you hear the god awful sound of click. I need both of you to make reflex 20 saves as you unlighten the load on this dais. It, how should I say, moves some things and the ceiling starts to fall in on you.
Very cool.
So I need you to make some reflex saves.
This is so shocking. I never would have expected this from my DM.
Oh, very good. Oh, even better. All right.
Epic how close that was. We almost survived.
You almost did. Still gonna take half damage though. And hopefully it'll be low damage. No, it's way too high. That definitely is way too high. There we go. So you're gonna take half of... Okay, so you'll take 5 points damage as you manage to jump just far enough away so that the ceiling above the chest and generally this area above the mushrooms does not all crush you to death.
Alrighty.
Unfortunately, it means that the chest is buried. Actually, both chests are buried.
Oh well,
What?
we're having none of that. We're not having any of that.
You're not.
We're gonna start moving shit.
Okay, that's fine. Caleb, you have walked and walked and walked, and at points you have stopped to look behind you. You shook your head, shifted the weight that you're carrying, and headed back to the farm.
Right.
Much to the joy of the mother and the father, and to the little girl, you have reunited the family. And surprisingly, as tragic as it is, they seem to understand that not everybody could be saved. You don't go into great detail, obviously.
It's good because I don't know. I left too early to find out.
Right? But they're incredibly thankful. And like common people, they offer what little reward that they can gather, which is a fresh meal and a few silver pieces.
I take a little bit of the food, and that's about it. I am going to look to Ada, who's still there, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Mm-hmm. She is.
They should be along any time. I'm gonna head back to the caravan now. You ever heard of a place called Celine?
She's like, aye, that's where Axidel comes from.
You know how to get there by any chance?
Aye, it should be well, south. Can't miss it.
All right. Thanks again, by the way.
Oh, aye.
Made me remember who I needed to be.
She looks at you with a gaze. All right. Are you leaving?
So just headed back to the caravan. I'll catch you later, all right?
All right. And where are the other two?
They're coming.
She rolls her eyes in a knowing manner. And she completely goes about her normal business of taking care of the farm.
And I'm gonna go west and then south.
West, then south. All right, so Axidel and Aiken, you are spending a good hour removing rubble. And you manage to get both chests.
And as we do this, I think Axidel is trying to convince Aiken, we have to get this treasure. It's not cursed. And it's prime for the picking. If we don't take it, somebody else will take it.
We worked hard to earn this treasure, and I think we need to give some of this here gold to that family.
Sounds good.
They're down a barn, probably livestock family.
Yeah, and now
There's
sister is buried here.
Hey,
there's an ever so short hesitation when Aiken says we should give some of this to the family, but Axidel acquiesces.
oh, all right.
He can't keep it all. Who's going to carry it?
There you go. It'll be safe to say that you managed to get all the treasure out and head back to the farm.
I would say that we would give any gold to the family in the form of the coin, because we'll be able to convert the ingots or whatever, or sell them more readily than they would. They'd be better useful to them. So I don't know how much there is, but we would leave them with what I would guess, and maybe Ada can help me guess what would be more than sufficient to replace the barn and buy new livestock and all of that.
Oh, no problem. Easily she does that, being a veteran farmhand herself.
Yes.
All right. Long story short, they offer you what they can give you. They try giving you some of the gold back for helping retrieve their daughter. They provide you with some of their food, which is a greater treasure than the gold, to be honest, because they only have so much to eat. It's not like in a fantasy setting you have a grocery store that you just go to.
Yeah.
And after the fair and negotiations of a fair reward, you get in the wagon and you continue traveling. It hits you.
Where's Caleb?
Yeah, where'd he go? Ada says, "Oh, I don't know. Thought he was with you."
He brought the girl back
Serrano says,
to the house.
Hey, but he went south. I said, "Do you want to ride with us?" He said, "No, I'm going to Celine." Guess he has business there.
Celine. That'll be fun. I guess his feet took him.
I sure could have used a bit of that healing, though. Hey, my goodness. Nothing a right proper long rest can't figure out, right, DM?
Right. A long rest. And as you sleep, sounds of bloop, 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 bloop come to your mind.
So I look out over the open terrain. I don't see Caleb anywhere.
You do not.
Darn.
You travel, and after a few days of longer travel, you see off in the distance the spires of the city of Greyhawk, welcoming you into her open bosom.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll call it there, because we went way, way, way over time.
All right. Sorry, just making final notes. Whenever you see me staring down here, I'm writing madly. All right.
No, that's fine.
Man, I'm down to 1 hit point.
Really?
One single hit point.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
I had 6 hit points when that ceiling collapsed. I thought we were going to have us a situation. Yeah. I'm used up.
Oof.
Well, that was stressful.
All right. Well,
It was fun, though.
I hope my players enjoyed the game. For all the audience viewers, I hope you enjoyed the game. We're here every Sunday. I am Wu-Tang Piglet. I'm the GM, and I'm going to pass you off to the players and let them tell you who they are.
Go ahead there, Exodel.
Yeah, I'm Geek Dice, and you can find me here every Sunday, I think, having a good time playing Greyhawk Tales with these fine folk. And very much thank you to Saverick for being with us for a couple weeks, and I definitely hope that we have opportunity to play with you again, despite the fact your Kalen has headed off to other parts. That's great. So loving it, and also want to point out everybody, Virtual Greyhawk Con. There's some notes on that in the chat. You definitely want to check it out. There's still games available. I think we'll be coming up on that in just a few weeks here.
Yipper. Very excited to be hosting one of those games around this very here Twitch channel. So, Caleb, Saverick, tell us a little bit about where we can find you, what you're all about. You're muted, by the way.
I never mute myself until I did this game. I'm usually the DM, and I'm always talking.
Passing the curse.
Yes. Like I said, I have been Sabrick. You can find me on Twitter, or you can find me on Twitch, both at Sabrick. Let's see, in 2 weeks or so, the 30th, we'll be doing a Blades in the Dark campaign on my channel. So go check that out. In the beginning of October, I think I want to say it was like 13th, but I could be wrong. We'll be starting our D20 Star Wars campaign as well. So there's a couple things to look forward to out there. Other than that, got nothing else going on. So that's it.
Nice, man. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Saverick. It was a pleasure to click things and sling virtual dice with you, and great role play, man. You brought a lot to the 2 sessions, so really appreciate having you aboard. I'm your host, Wiley Hobbit, also known as Scott here on Earth. Woo, thank you for scaring the shit out of me and my character again, because I thought that might have been the end that time. When you said ogre, I just, man, damn it. Because one good shot, man, they are tough. So, but it worked out well.
Ogres are awful.
Yeah, they're tough. Like to thank Lord Gazumba for a renewal of his sub, and thank Castle Entertainment. That's Carlos A.S. Lysing, another great classic Greyhawk, not only a DM and a streamer, but a creator. He writes some really great adventures, so give them a look. So that's it for us tonight. Sure appreciate everybody hanging out, and we will be seeing you again next week, right? We're gonna do this again at 1:00 next Sunday, and I do believe our friend Max will be back to play Ada, so she'll be thankful that we didn't get her killed in her absence. So thanks everybody, and we will see you again very soon.